Wait, I'll turn this way.
Hey, we are live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nerdstown. But wait, it's Spookytown tonight. That's right, we got a whole horror-themed episode for you guys. Is it the day after Halloween? Sure. But are you actually listening to this on the day after Halloween? Probably not. You're probably not even listening to this anywhere around Halloween. So suck it, you can get used to it. We got a horror-themed episode for you guys tonight. A lot of horror Halloween talk. So for you Halloweenies out there like myself, strap in. This is going to be your episode. We do have some sports news. We do have some pop culture news before we get into everything horror and Halloween themed. First and foremost, we'll start off with the pop culture news. I'm going to take that off because it's already bothering the fuck out of me. See if I can get through this without crying. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite franchises of all time. Jurassic Park is probably my favorite franchise of all time. Through and through, there's nothing that helps me more than a fucking Jurassic Park movie or a Jurassic World movie to make me feel better on some of my worst fucking days. Thanks in no part to Jurassic Park itself, which debuted in 1994 and had some of the greatest graphics I've ever fucking seen. Computer generated images for the very first time, the birth of CGI, not really the birth of CGI, but the birth of modern CGI. Actors interacting with what looked like then and what looked like now, real fucking dinosaurs. And one of my favorites, probably my absolute favorite, Dr. Alan Grant, played by the great Sam Neill. That man was the dinosaur man to me, just like he was to Ellie's kids in Jurassic Park 3. I loved watching him in Jurassic Park 3 and the original Jurassic Park. And when all three, Goldblum, Malcolm, Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Alan Grant came back for Jurassic World Dominion, I was totally in love. Already quiet. But unfortunately, as time goes on, things happen to people. And we've known for quite a while that Sam Neill, a.k.a. Dr. Alan Grant, has been battling a form of very aggressive cancer. But unfortunately, he has revealed that his doctors had told him the treatments that have been working so far will no longer have an effect on his cancer. And these treatments were the only thing working. So now it's a time, it's not a matter of if, but when. It becomes a time to start making him comfortable and getting affairs in order. We don't know how much longer, and how sometimes even still people have beaten the odds. It's not a death sentence, it's not a death wish, it's nothing more than just the fact that his treatments will no longer do anything for him. So I and a lot of other people are going to start praying that whatever fucking gods we believe in, because dear God, Sam Neill, I love you. Ever since I saw the first Jurassic Park, I've loved you. You are my favorite part about that franchise. And I learned most of my dinosaur facts, albeit them being incorrect, as we've learned in modern science. I learned them from you. My love of dinosaurs comes from this entire franchise, and it's gotten so big that now even my kids love dinosaurs about as much as I do. I've even started building my Jeep to look like a Jurassic Park ambulance Jeep, as I'm a former firefighter at EMT, and I love to blend things in my life. Just have that much more fun with it. So Sam Neill, I'm hoping. And hopefully If you stay active, I'd love to meet you one day because I really would. My life could not be complete without meeting Dr. Grant. So here's to hoping for a couple more years with you at least. On to that. Let's segue. I've got some more Jurassic Park news for you. For you Halloween and horror fans, this one's right up your alley. I've been dying for this game. We first got news of this game in 2023. It's a Jurassic Park horror game. And it is, from what we've seen, incredibly, truly fucking terrifying. You play as a doctor, a scientist that comes back to the island the day after the events of the original movie. And you must try to figure out your way off the island. Collect some samples of things while you're there. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge the dinosaurs on your way to the other side of the island so that you can get picked up. You get to run through all of the awesome places that we've seen for the original movie and get to revisit all of the dinosaur species that we left there at the end of the first one. We get a continuation of the story of the first Jurassic Park, and I've been dying to play this game. I'm ready for it to come out. We keep getting major news week by week about it. Or well, not major news. We keep getting news week by week about it as they launch in more things. They post more gameplay over on their Instagram page for the Jurassic game. Right now, my mind is slipping on me. I to be honest with you guys, just before the podcast, I heard about the news about Sam Neill and added that in kind of last minute. So most everything I had prepared is off. In another part of my mind, just fucking off right now. So I don't remember the name of the game, but it is a survival game from Jurassic Park. They do have an Instagram page for it. They has a TikTok page for it as well. And I'm so excited for this. Gameplay that has been released has shown that you get to actually pass by and see Dennis Nedry's Jeep, which, of course, he was killed by the Dilophosaurus. I'm stoked about that. And plenty more Easter eggs from the movie can be found. So we're not sure if any of the Golden Trinity is set to come back and voice anything in this game. Matter of fact, I don't think so. But trust me, when this game comes out, I'll be playing it with the lights on during the day. With that, we got some more gaming news for you guys. I'm gonna hit it over to John. John's gonna tell us about Halo's horrifying thing that they have, the corrupted and Epsilon protocols, and what the flood is.
So
John, what you got?
that was a typo. It's a corrupt. The protocol is corruptor. My phone corrected it because. Shit. Besides the point. Anyway, so the flood, in its totality, have you guys ever seen 28 Days Later? So the flood were basically designed after some of the creators at Bungie watched 28 Days Later. And so they're kind of based on that. They're still relatively different, but they're the zombies of the Halo universe. And to kind of explain why Epsilon and Corruptor protocols are needed, we need to understand how the flood is spread and what kind of infection it is. So the flood have various forms. You have your pure forms, your combat forms, and what I'm going to be most notably talking about is the infection form. Infection forms are those little pod things you see in the first 3 Halo games. Look like little tentacle monster, whatever. Not the kind that fuck schoolgirls. nothing close to that.
Well, now, John, you said that those infected by the flood are Halo's version of zombies. Now, what kind of zombies are we talking here? Because zombie is such a relative term this day and age for the undead. We talking? Are we talking more like Walking Dead zombies? Are we talking
World War Z?
28 Days Later was the basis, and that's more the kind of zombies that.
Okay.
Okay.
But how the flood gets spread and how people get infected, basics of it is there's something called the flood supercell. All the flood supercell has to do, you don't even have to ingest it, nothing. All it has to do is get on your skin, even at that. Just any way it can get on your skin or even just on you to where it can get to your skin, boom, you're infected and your body starts to almost automatically change.
Oh, okay. So the flood is basically like the Borg Queen. She's gonna get your ass one way or another.
Something like that.
God damn, that's terrifying.
The most common way of infection is the actual infection form, the little tentacled bastards I was talking about earlier. What they'll do is they'll lunge at your chest, and they'll use a penetrating tentacle to penetrate inside of your chest cavity and latch onto your spinal cord and use tentacles to start taking you over. Yeah. These things are
holy fucking wheelchair shit.
Oh yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse. And from there, like once you get hit by an infection form, like the change is almost immediate. There is no cure. There is nothing you can do except hope somebody else kills you, because it is for most of the time. It does immediately kill the host. So, but it'll disconnect your brain from like the rest of your body so that your brain doesn't know that your body is dead. And then it'll start adding biomass to create the combat forms, the pure forms, and the carrier forms.
Never actually seen this in a Halo game though, right?
That has not for what we're talking about. Not for what I'm going to be talking about, which is going to be the Upsilon and Corruptor protocols.
Okay,
So
okay.
You see people getting infected by the flood in the Halo games all the damn time.
Damn.
Like I said, the most you can do for them when you're playing the game is basically just shoot them in the face with a shotgun. But and it doesn't even have to be a live person. As long as the person hasn't started decomposing yet, the flood can infect the body and so on and so forth. Which is why the flood is so dangerous and, in my opinion, one of the best villain factions or whatever in Halo. On to the two protocols that I wanted to talk about. Emergency Contact Protocol Upsilon. It's a protocol used to limit flood and expansion and to limit its spread and just initiating a full quarantine on wherever the hell it has breached containment. Basically, any rules of engagement, the UNSC's basically Geneva Conventions, pretty much all of that goes out the window as soon as Upsilon Protocol is declared. And then Spartan flood containment teams will be deployed to assist in quarantine efforts, which segues pretty well into the Corruptor Protocol. Corruptor Protocol, declaration of a Corruptor indicates that a Spartan has been infected by the flood, and the failsafes built into the Mjolnir armor have failed. So Mjolnir's response to a flood infection is there. So in every Spartan, in every set of Mjolnir, there's a hydrostatic gel layer in the armor. That is the basis for armor lock. Basically locks you up so that not even a Spartan can, because Spartans are genetically augmented and so on and so forth, where they're faster, stronger than pretty much every other human being in existence.
Right. So like the Spartans are kind of like Captain America, or
Exactly.
for
They're the
fans.
UNSC super soldiers. They're basically living weapons.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So once the Mjolnir has detected a flood infection, it will overpressurize that hydrostatic gel layer, causing the armor to lock. And once that has been initiated, then something called the gallows, which is in the Spartan's helmet, are micro explosives that blow the head off, or that are supposed to blow the head off the Spartan.
Damn.
And sometimes not even that stops the infection. Like I said, this has happened once in the Halo universe, and I am getting there. I just want to make sure everybody's got a clear understanding of how fucking horrible this is. But the reason it blows off the head of the Spartan is because that's where all the Spartan's knowledge is. That way that the flood can't get to its brain and get all the yummy, juicy UNSC knowledge that's up in their brain box. So the helmet will literally just emulsify the head that's within it by setting off those micro explosives. And even though that the hydrostatic gel layer and the armor lock, which would normally prevent a fully aware Spartan to not be able to move, that does not bother the flood one bit. The infected Spartan is still able to move thanks to the flood infection. So,
Damn.
all that being said, after declaration of the Corruptor Protocol, which follows the Upsilon Protocol, Corruptor Protocol dictates that containment is set at top priority, and an immediate bombardment of the area is to be commenced with weapons of mass destruction, such as magnetic accelerator cannons and nuclear fusion warheads. Are all, yeah, like basically you've got like 5 minutes to get the hell out of there, or your ass is gonna be glass.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry.
And then this goes into the one incident where both of these protocols have been declared. There was an incident at Site 22, several years after the Human Covenant War, basically the events of Halo 1, 2, and 3. Where the UNSC was excavating a Forerunner ship in partnership with a mining corporation. They ended up discovering that the flood was there, and the flood breached containment. As soon as flood breached containment, Upsilon Protocol was declared, and Spartan Fire Team Leviathan went in to contain the flood. When the AI of the ship that was there reminded the captain that even a single Spartan were infected, he would have to declare the Corruptor Protocol, and the captain was not having it because they were about to get rich off of whatever the hell was in this Forerunner ship.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, I'm not going to declare Corruptor Protocol because we're gonna get rich, goddammit, like an idiot. So they continued trying regular flood outbreak protocols. And then finally, one member of the Spartan team became infected by the flood despite their armor's countermeasures, which I explained a moment ago. After all of Fireteam Leviathan had been infected, the captain finally declared Corruptor Protocol, giving the survivors 7 minutes to evacuate before the ship would launch its arsenal of Shiva-class nuclear missiles and its magnetic accelerator cannon at the site. One flood-infected Spartan managed to reach a Condor or Pelican and escape before anything reached the site. So there is a flood-infected Spartan out there, and we don't know where it is. But it breached containment, and it is out in the... That is the basic rundown of the Flood and the Upsilon and Corruptor protocols in the Halo universe.
Yeah. That does sound scary as shit. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds really fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Honestly.
Well, before we get on to the rest of our gaming sector and our Halloween themed, horror themed episode, let's get into the sports. I'm going to get that out of the way just because this has nothing to do with Halloween. But this does need to be touched on. Wholeheartedly does this need to be touched on. First and foremost, we're going to start off with the really good news, some really heartwarming news, but also heartbreaking. Brad Marchand has kept ties with a lot of his friends that he had growing up and in his hometown. One of those is a coach for a junior hockey league or hockey team, who unfortunately lost his daughter a couple weeks ago, and said he would not be able to return to coaching for a little bit. So Brad Marchand, Florida Panthers player, the former captain of the Boston Bruins, an absolute dominating force on the ice, and most definitely a future Hall of Famer, said, I'm going to take time away from the Florida Panthers, and I'll coach your junior hockey team for you while you take this time to be with your family. Honestly, I'm not a Brad Marchand fan. That dude pisses me off when he's on the ice, and for good reason. But dude, I'm telling you guys, that warms my fucking heart, especially after all the news about the Filthy Five and everything else that's been going on in the league lately. That warms my heart to see, that professional hockey player just taking time away from his career, time he's not going to get paid for, time he's not going to get back, to go back home and help out a friend and be on the bench for some junior hockey leaguers, some kids. These kids are loving having Brad Marchand there, getting to learn from one of the best in hockey, getting to learn from the Rat himself. I love that piece of news. Again, not a Marchand fan by any means, like I said, but I love that it really brings in that sense of community that hockey has been known for years. For the community, by the community, is the go-to for hockey. That's kind of the chant that all hockey players learn, and it's good to see that even some of these NHLers, when it comes down to it, they're still for the community, by the community. So good on you, Brad Marchand. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And I hope to see you return to the NHL soon to piss me off some more. On to pissing me off news. So there has been a divorce. And this divorce has gotten pretty messy when you look at it. So what happens is the wife decided she was no longer into the marriage. And she also learned out she was not straight. So she went off to mess around with a little girlfriend. Come to find out, the girlfriend, the husband was like, okay, that's fine, go ahead. And him and the girlfriend start dating. So now the wife is pissed and asking for a divorce. Who am I talking about, you may ask? The Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars. Yeah, go figure. So the Dallas Mavericks were bought from Mark Cuban about 5 years ago now by this company in the Dallas Mavericks were bought by by some owners from Vegas. We all know how I feel about that entire city. A city that cannot gain a sports team without stealing another one. Other than the one sports team I won't talk about anymore because they have one of the Filthy Five. That's how we got the Vegas Raiders. That's how the eventual Vegas A's will be there. And Dallas fans have known it's going to be the Vegas Mavericks after a while. We're pretty fucking sure. So what happened in the last 5 years with the Mavericks? Well, real quickly, they wanted to leave the AAC because, well, Dallas is known not to be anywhere concerned with gambling. But Vegas is a big gambling town, and these owners come from Vegas. So what are they going to do? Well, there's this land out in Grand Prairie, and there's land out in Plano, and they're going to look at both of them and see if the city councils will allow a casino / basketball arena to be built for the Mavericks. So the Mavericks can stay in Texas, stay in the Dallas area, and still be called the Dallas Mavericks, much like the Dallas Cowboys. Not actually being in Dallas, they're in Arlington. Grand Prairie shut them down pretty quickly. Plano, they got pretty close to. And then Plano shut them down. So how do the Stars get into this mix? Well, here's the funny thing. The Stars are also wanting to leave the AAC. Not because it's a bad arena. They actually really love it there. They've loved it there since 2000 when it was built. But there's always room for improvement. And so the Dallas Stars started looking at a place in Plano. The exact same plot of land that the Mavericks were looking at in Plano, that they were told no on. And they're getting pretty close to breaking ground. So the Dallas Mavericks got pissed. Because, again, they don't want to be there. What did they try to do a couple seasons ago? They got rid of Luka Doncic. And that pissed off the entire city. It didn't just piss off Mavericks fans. It pissed off the entire fucking city. So much so that I'm not necessarily a basketball fan. Do I support my Mavericks? Fuck yeah, I do. Dirk Nowitzki is the best of all time. Do I really believe that? No, because players like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird exist. But Dirk is up there with those guys. Don't get me wrong. Okay. Plus, I've gotten to meet Dirk a couple times. Really awesome dude. However, holy shit! My whole train just derailed. God damn it. Okay. Fucking refocus here. God damn it.
Mavs.
Yeah.
Stars.
Right.
Gambling.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The Mavericks found out really quickly that after trading Luka Doncic, that after the city stopped caring, the Mavs fans were still mad, but the city eventually moved on. We're okay. We'll get better players because, again, after Dirk Nowitzki, we didn't really have anybody good. You know, we had good players, but we didn't have a leader. We didn't have a guy that everyone fucking knew, like Dirk Nowitzki. In comes Luka Doncic. They trade Luka. Everyone gets pissed off. The city moves on. We'll find another eventually. Okay. Stars fans move on. We'll find another eventually, but it's still going to be fun to chant Fire Nico in the stadium. The Mavericks realize that's not going to get them out of Texas. That's not going to get them into Vegas. So what do? They start looking at other plots of land. They get denied there. So what happens? Well, fuck. If we're stuck in the AAC, let's put a legal casino within Dallas in the AAC. And the Stars, Jim Neal, and that whole board shoot that shit down. The Mavericks then started digging from the 1998 contract that both teams signed before the AAC was built, before they could move in to the AAC, but they signed for the AAC. They started looking at infractions that the Stars had made. And why did they go after the Stars? Not only did they shoot them down about the legal casino within the building, they also went after the same plot of land that they were looking at there in Plano. So they said, let's nitpick this motherfucker. And they found something back in 2003 while Mark Cuban was still the owner of the Mavericks. So the Stars weren't going to let this shit slide. Oh no, they're going to get just as mad and they're going to get just as nitpicky too because the Stars are fucking petty and I love that about them. So what do? This week, the Stars, actually 2 days ago, back on Thursday, filed a counter lawsuit against the Mavericks.
Oh boy.
So we're going to see how this is going to go, how this is going to end up. Honestly, I think it's stupid. Like we know both teams want to leave. You know, it's not a surprise. Honestly, what I really think needs to happen is the Dallas Stars need to stop looking in Plano and go out there to Arlington. There's still so much room around the Globe Life Field, around Choctaw Casino, formerly the ballpark at Arlington, and around Cowboys Stadium, AT&T Stadium. There's so much room out there. It's a massive sports complex that's been built there in Arlington for those three stadiums in and of themselves. And it's a really beautiful area. If you want to leave the AAC, I think that's where you should go. Not my choice, though. They're looking at Plano. Either way, keep the Stars in the Dallas area. We don't want to lose our fucking team. Okay, this team brought hockey to Texas in a massive way. Please don't let them leave. However, for the Mavericks, we know you guys want to go to Vegas. Just fucking do it already. We'll get ourselves another fucking basketball team, and we'll be 10 times better than you fucking Vegas Mavericks anyways. But I swear to God, if you move to Vegas and you continue to claim the legacy of Dirk Nowitzki, you can suck on that one right there. And when you get tired of sucking on that one, there's this one right here. And when you get tired of these two, there's the one between my legs. And when you get tired of that one, you can go suck on Ben's because he's got the same feelings I do. With all that being said, that is our sports for this week. Like I said, just a messy divorce and a wonderful thing that the Rat from the NHL is doing for his best friend. To Marchand's best friend, to your family, we are so very sorry for your loss here at Nerdstown. Our hearts go out to you. As we do not know this pain and struggle of losing a child, I can understand. I still understand that pain is massive. We know just because we've all lost someone. So we know we understand the hurt that you're feeling right now. We hope you can return to your job as a coach soon. But that is our sports news tonight. Let's get into some more pop culture stuff. We're going to go back to pop culture. Trunk or treats versus trick or treat. And if you say trunk or treat, you're part of the fucking problem. And I will tell that to your face. Fuck your trunk or treat. 100%. I don't care if it's a church trunk or treat. I don't care if it's you guys are in a neighborhood. You just decided to go down to a park and do it there instead of in the neighborhood. Fuck you. Fuck your trunk or treat. Okay? Full stop. Wholeheartedly. Trick or treating is the best thing to fucking exist. Okay? And you ruin it with the trunk or treat. Secondly, those of you that make games that kids have to play to earn the candy, bitch, this is free candy night. I want to earn candy. I'll go mow a fucking yard, get $20, and then go to the store and buy fucking candy. All right?
No, literally. Why are we making them work for it now? And why are we taking the fun out of it? I get the safety concern. I get that it's getting
right.
kind of sketchy. I get how trunk or treats can appeal more to parents, but at the same time, watch your kids. I don't know.
Bring a fucking stroller.
Right.
Okay. If your kid is young, put him in a fucking stroller. That's what we did last night. Me and Hannah had both of our kids in the stroller. We have a two kid stroller, a place for Artie to sit and or stand on the back of it, and a section for Levy in front, our little infant. He's not an infant anymore. He's kind of He's still a baby, but he's not an infant. But either way, it's got a section for him to be strapped in and comfortable, and Artie can sit and or stand. Lovely fucking stroller, by the way. We enjoyed the fuck out of it. That was the first time we got to use it. It can't go over cracks in sidewalk for shit, but it's pretty cool. We had them on the stroller for the majority of the part. Like, plus it gave Artie a break from running around because that's what she loves to do. She loves to run around, but she does get tired, and it gave her a break to sit down, relax a little bit, and then we'd park, off to the side. Me and Artie would walk up to the house, and we'd trick or treat, and it was a lot of fucking fun. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. Now, if you're worried about some streets don't have lights on down the street, and it gets pretty dark in the center of the street. I will in a minute, baby. Hold on. It gets pretty dark in the center of the street. Okay, you know how you fix that? A $3 flashlight from Walmart. Or, I'll do you one better, a $1 flashlight from Dollar Tree. They may suck as part of how bright they get, but it's still a fucking flashlight. Or splurge and get a $60 flashlight from Harbor Freight that has the power of the fucking sun.
Or do your research on your neighborhoods.
Right.
And go to the neighborhoods with street lights, because I guarantee you those neighborhoods are giving out full-size candy bars.
That too. Again,
with sidewalks. Sidewalks are important.
Or when we were kids, get 2 flashlights, duct tape them onto the side of the stroller, and boom, you got headlights.
Right. See, when we were kids, we always knew which streets had the fucking full-sizers. Yeah. And we would purposely go over there. And those were usually the safer areas to be. Now, you'd still hit your neighborhood. Why? Because there was free candy in your neighborhood. So you'd still hit your neighborhood, but you would hit the full-sizers for sure, because you're getting a full-size candy bar.
I remember as a kid, we used to double our candy by going to the trunk or treats that were earlier in the day. And then we'd still go out trick-or-treating at night, and we just double the candy from all the same people we saw just like 3 hours ago.
You know what? And I respect that. Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna go to a trunk or treat, go to a trunk or treat. But go trick or treat, because I don't know. It's also fun for the people that actually do hand out candy. Like that's always been something that I was like super excited for growing up. Right. I was excited to whenever I got to buy my own house, hand out candy, decorate my house, scare some kids. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And see, I made that shift. So, shortly after becoming a teenager, and you get to that point in your life where, you shouldn't be trick or treating. You're too old for that shit. Which we're gonna get to that in a minute. Okay, I'm coming after you people specifically. Because I have ammunition this time. Oh, I do. However, when I came to that age and I was a teenager, I'm not allowed to go out trick-or-treating. It's frowned upon for me to go out trick-or-treating. And before I had kids, I would sit outside my mom's house. I'd still get me a costume because it's the one year I could dress up and not get made fun of. Even as a cosplayer, so one day of the year, I can dress but not get made fun of. And I'd sit out in my fucking front porch. And one year, I drank so much soda that I had an entire costume made out of soda boxes. And when I would sit still in it, no one would think I'm a guy in a soda boxes. They just think, oh, that's cool. They built a bunch of soda boxes and look like a guy. And then I'd move and scare the fuck out of people. It's funny. But I love passing out candy. One of the, a couple years, about 6 years ago, I remember standing out there with my guitar, and I had the candy bowl sitting next to me, and I'm playing my guitar, and with kids that had say a Batman suit on, I'd start playing the 1966 Batman theme on my guitar, and it would make the kids' night even better. I'd see a Superman and play the Superman theme, see a Spider-Man, play the Spider-Man. I'd try to keep up with all these different themes from all these different shows and movies and stuff so I could play to make these kids' nights even a little bit more special. And it's so much fun for me. And then my neighborhood died on Halloween. See, I remember growing up, in my neighborhood, you would have 3 houses that would not be giving out candy. And the reason being is those 3 houses were vacant. No one lived there. Every other house was decorated, had their porch light on, had, and I mean decorated by at least a jack-o'-lantern out front. And it was
Or at
so
the very
much
least a pumpkin.
fucking fun. Right. And so, you know,
You might have to tell that.
and now it's not like that. Now it's not like that in my neighborhood. My neighborhood is the exact opposite now. Every house is full now, but maybe 3 have their light on. Maybe 1's decorated. You're lucky if the other 2 even have a fucking pumpkin outside, let alone a jack-o'-lantern. And it's so fucking sad to see my old neighborhood. But the way my wife's parents' neighborhood is, my in-laws' neighborhood, so fucking cool. Every house is decorated. They all sit out front in their lawn chairs or on their patio in lawn chairs, waiting to give out candy. You ain't even got to go to the door to knock. You just sit out there. Their houses are all decorated. And it gets better. Every year in this entire section of the neighborhood, I mean, 4 streets, 4 blocks, they tape they block the street off, so cars don't even come up the street after 5:30, and the kids are free to walk in the middle of the fucking street, not worry about getting hit after 5:30. It was so cool, dude. It was badass. And here's where we get into all ages are allowed to trick or treat. Okay, here's my ammunition. Last night, now you can do 1 of 2 things for adults. Okay, I had both done to me. Okay. We went up to one house and Artie opens up her pillowcase because, yeah, I still rock it that way. Why? Because the pillowcase is the best Halloween basket ever. Because that
And
motherfucker
it can
never
also
gets.
hold the most candy.
Exactly.
It's funny that you say that because Em just had me mute for a second so she could tell me a story about a diabolical move she pulled as a teen? Yeah, teenager?
Yeah.
About 15.
15? Yeah, so she was about 15. And this kid, like, what comes? You know what? You just go ahead.
This
Go ahead.
kid, so my aunt decks her house out, and she loves those. And she loves those inflatable Halloween things. And she had this super cool one that was a fisherman that had a skeleton fish. I love that thing. And I see this kid out her bay window. I don't think he saw me see him. He comes up, stabs it, it deflates. Then he comes up to the door, has the audacity to knock on the door to get candy. I open the door because I'm the one handing out candy because she's working. And I snatch his pillowcase, slam the door shut, and I lock the door. And then he starts banging on the door, and I look at my dad, and my dad's looking at me, and I have this pillowcase of candy. And he looks like, what happened? And I
said, rob this child?
And I said, he's about my age. He just went to North. He went to he went to the rich school. Yeah. And so I was like, he just stabbed
So you
my
just stole
aunt's
a rich prick.
did. I was like, he just stabbed the inflatable. So my dad opened the door, saw the inflatable, and then started yelling at him, and I kept the candy.
That's
It was
great.
in a pill sack.
But okay.
Maybe half.
Halfway full.
Yeah. So I walk up, and Artie opens up her pillowcase, and she goes, trick or treat. The lady gives her a piece of candy. And the lady looks at me, and she goes, well, aren't you going to say it too, sweetheart? I said, trick or treat. And she handed me a Kit Kat. And I turned around, and I looked at Hannah, and I go, I got a candy. And I tore that bitch 90 right there. Damn right I did.
For real.
Because I was happy. I got fucking candy. I'm 28 years old. You know the last time I got candy was? More than 10 years ago. I'll tell you that much. Okay. That piece of candy made me so fucking happy. It really did. And I looked at Hannah and I go, you know what? Fuck it. When we get our own place and we start handing out candy, everybody's getting a piece of candy. The adults are going to be told, no, you get your asses up here too. Don't send the kid. Get your ass up here too.
Or
then you
bare
have me
minimum,
that
I'm
when he
gonna
gets his
have
own
something
place.
for the adults, like something.
Right.
Whether
right.
it be, I don't know, cheese or popcorn or some shit.
The
I don't know.
second thing,
A
the
charcuterie
second
board.
thing you can do for adults. Now, this is for those of you that have money, and I mean have money. Okay. Second thing you can do for adults is adult trick or treating, which is alcohol. Okay. Had one of those
Literally what I
last
was
night.
about to say.
We
Like,
walk
have
up to this
candy for the
fucking
kids,
house.
got beer for the adults.
Right. We walk up to this house. Okay. And I read the sign halfway up the walkway that says adults say trick or treat, see what happens. I said, that sounds like a threat. So we walk up there. Artie says trick or treat, you get your candy. I said trick or treat. And the guy goes, I got you. Turns around and hands me a Jello shot. And I go, if I say it again, does it happen again? Of course, he said, no, there's one for everybody. But, closed mouth don't get fed. I was trying.
That sounds like a threat.
Now, I'm sorry. The way the sign was written, again, it's for Halloween. It's going to be written spookily anyways. But the way the sign was written, it read, adults, say trick or treat, see what happens. Sounds like a fucking threat to me. And look, I don't have good life saving skills. So, I'm going to fucking do it. See what the fuck happens. If I die, cool. If I get a Jello shot, awesome.
I'm going to indeed fuck around and find out.
What if somebody, like, real question, what if it was an edible?
Well, okay, now see, there comes a time where that's kind of questionable because, okay, you got to remember that the state and federal government
Well, yeah,
employees
okay.
and city
If you
employees,
are in a legal state, if you were in a legal
Right.
state,
right? But even in a legal state, city and state employees still cannot have those items.
that's fair.
So you'd kind of have to hey, who are you? You a police officer? You fire EMS? You work for the city? I got a beer for you. How about that? You don't? Do you work for the state? No? Here's a brownie. You're gonna have some fun.
That's fair.
Can of brownie.
Huh?
Can or brownie.
Yeah. Canner brownie.
Right, can of brownie. Let them choose. Have some fun with it.
Trick or treat. Canner brownie.
Yeah, right. Again, I'm not saying that everybody has to do this for adults. Okay. Again, do what you want, when it comes to trick or treating. However, I hate the people that get mad at teenagers for trick or treating. Because we went out and in last night, there were a fuck ton of teenagers trick or treating. Now, I will say, teenagers, when you see the little kids, let the little kids go first. That's all I have to say to you. I'm not mad at you because I respect it. Also, there are so many other places you could be that night. There's so many other things you could be doing that night. However, no, you took your time to, one, get on a costume, and two, go trick-or-treating to try to get some free candy. I respect the fuck out of that. I really fucking do. We saw a girl yesterday dressed up as Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
That's awesome.
I was like, this teenager, I was like, dude, I fucking love your costume. Like, Hannah comes up and goes, look, she's dressed as Gatorade. And I turn around and she's got a light blue, like Glacier Freeze blue bodysuit on, and then had like a silver skirt and then a red or orange beanie. And then had the Gatorade logo right here on her shirt. I turn around and I look and I go, oh my God, that's fucking dope. And like, her costume gave me so much joy as the Gatorade connoisseur that Ben knows that I am.
Yeah.
Her costume gave me so much fucking joy. We rocked with her for about 20-30 minutes. She had a whole group. Her whole high school group was with them. They had like a sandlot there. There was this one teenager dressed as Ferris Bueller last night.
To put into terms of how much Chris likes Gatorade. Chris drinks Gatorade. Well, there's that. But there's also the fact that you drink Gatorade like it's wine. You sip it and you swish it in your mouth for all of the flavor profiles. He sends me reviews.
I do. Matter of fact, I got this one because one, it's Stranger Things for Ben. Ben loves Stranger Things. Two, it was fucking black. Like you can still see some of the liquid that's still in there. It was fucking black. Okay. And if you look at it, it's back to the original 80s logo back when Gatorade first started, which fucking love that. And it's upside down for the upside down. And I'm like, okay, this automatically has awesome written all over it. I want to try it. Open up the fucking cap and I take my fucking sniff, you know? I'm like, ooh, it smells like citrus. There's definitely some citrus in there. Start taking a first taste of it, and then I'm like, you know, about down to here. And it's tasted like nothing but an orange Gatorade until then. And I send a video to Ben. Hey, this is what it tastes like. Have fun. And then I get about halfway. It starts tasting different. Still couldn't put my finger on it. Still can't put my finger on it. Hell, I haven't bought another one to try to put my finger on it because it was not good. It started out really great, and then it started getting really shitty, much like the Fast and Furious franchise. So yeah, I'm a Gatorade connoisseur. However, yeah, rocking with these teams for like 30, 40 minutes. Like they're making sure Artie's getting up there first. They're having a good old time. Their costumes were fucking fire, dude. Again, one of them was dressed as Ferris Bueller, and he was having a good old time. Dude had seen the movie at least 3 times because he's pulling out quotes. He's doing the fucking dance in the fucking street. Like I was in love with these guys. Like wholeheartedly, they were taking the bit. Like they were commit to the bit kind of people. And that's who I am. And so I'm loving these teams, like wholeheartedly, having so much fun trick-or-treating with them. And again, they could be doing other things. They could be keying your car, deflating your tires. They could be breaking into houses. They could be tagging buildings with spray paint. They could be doing drugs or getting fucking pregnant.
I was about to say doing each other, and you beat me to
They're not.
Doing each other.
They're not. They're trying to get free candy because it's free candy night, and they're dressing up as the most outlandish fucking things. Again, this girl was a fucking Gatorade bottle.
Why are we mad at adults wanting to be kids?
That too. But
Right.
I mean,
Who the fuck thinks of a Gatorade bottle? There was another teenager had like fake blood all over his shirt, and then taped to the front of his shirt were those miniature cereal boxes that are like that big with spoons in them. And it took me a quick second, and then I was like, oh my God, he's a serial killer. Like that was his costume.
Or
when I tell you, these teenagers had more inventive ideas for costumes than I've ever fucking seen. I wanted to I would love to go back to that night and just travel up and down and seeing what all the teenagers were dressed as because of the costume ideas that these guys had.
oh, you guys
Again, a Gatorade bottle and a serial killer.
should have seen what my
Great
what
shit.
my sister did last night. She was really committed to the bit. She dressed up as a pirate last night. And
That's greatness.
oh yeah, it gets better. So of course she had all the jewelry, all the stuff that makes a pirate look like a pirate, right? Right? Like all
Yeah.
that. She also had my mom buy her a bottle of Martinelli's. And if you know what a bottle of Martinelli's looks like, you know exactly where this is going. Yeah, she was walking, talking, and she looked the part of a drunk goddamn pirate. Carrying
That's
a
pretty
bottle of rum around. Riding in
That's
the back of my uncle's truck.
But yeah, last night was so fucking cool for me and my family because I was involved. You know, like it wasn't just, you know, oh, I'm taking my daughter to go trick-or-treating, which don't get me wrong. Having done that for the past 3 years has been the absolute best experience of my life. I think I enjoy trick-or-treating now as a dad more than I ever did as a kid. 100%. Because I get to see the joy on my daughter's face. Again, being a parent makes you a completely different person, wholeheartedly. It really does. And when you get to see the joy on your kid's face, it makes it all the worth it. I love trick-or-treating with my daughter. But I've never been given candy before. I've never been given a Jello shot or beer or anything else just for trick-or-treating. I've gotten some great stories, met some new friends, hung out with some really great people while doing it. But this year I got candy. Fuck the Jello shot, in all honesty. Like, don't get me wrong. That was a great Jello shot. I got candy, motherfucker.
Like that's okay.
And I didn't even have to take it from the dad tag.
I have a suggestion. And this is probably what I'm going to do when I get my own place on Halloween. Is I will have candy for the adult, or candy for the kids, and then I'll have a beer that has a piece of candy or two taped to the fucking beer, and that's what I'll hand to the adults.
Yeah. Fuck yes. But yeah, I mean, seriously, everyone should be allowed to trick or treat. Everyone, because again, there's so many things that people could be doing on that night. As a former first responder, John can attest to this as a former first responder himself.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays are the worst day to be a first responder.
Ugh.
You might get a good story from a good Samaritan dropping off something for you on a holiday. Like Christmas Eve, every year, me and my daughter take cookies to the firefighters in our town. We deliver them cookies every year on Christmas Eve. And I dress up in my old turnout gear and with a Santa hat that has a fake beard on it, and I call myself Fire Claus. Artie dresses up like an elf, and we have a lot of fun. We've been invited into every fire station in my hometown. Last year, Artie was given, I think, 8 fucking plastic fire helmets, 4 of which we kept for Artie. The other 4 we gave to my niece, Callan, so that she could have some fun and join in. Artie's gotten to sit inside the fire trucks, sit inside the ambulance, got a tour of the fire stations. She's had a blast doing this. And for the firefighters, I know they're enjoying it. Because as a former firefighter myself, dude, Christmas Eve, you give me cookies? Yeah, I'm already working Christmas Eve, which means I'm not spending it with my family, but I'm getting cookies? Fuck yeah. Okay, however, it's the other side of it that sucks ass being a first responder on Halloween or Christmas or any holiday for that matter, because there's the drunk people.
Oh yeah.
You know what adults trying to get candy aren't doing? Drinking. Do you know what the teenagers trying to get candy aren't doing? Drinking. Okay?
Point in case, that's what I did last night.
Now, mind you, I took my Jello shot there on the street because I knew I was going to have to. See, the thing about Jello shots is once they go warm, they're not good.
No.
Now, I'd like to tell you all about this Jello shot. Ben, you've already heard this, but a good Jello shot, for those of you that don't know, for those of you that have never had a Jello shot, a great Jello shot, the perfect Jello shot, is the Jello flavor up front, the alcohol in the back. Okay. I did not have a great Jello shot. This was still a fantastic Jello shot, but for all the wrong reasons. First and foremost, I open it and all you smell is the alcohol. Now, the Jello shot was made with orange Jello, so I'm expecting at least a little citrus flavor. Even though I can already smell the alcohol, I'm at least smelling a little bit of citrus, at least want to taste some citrus flavor. No. The orange Jello was there for color, not for flavor, because there was no Jello flavor whatsoever when I took this motherfucker. It was straight fucking vodka. And holy shit, did it burn all the way down.
What do you want?
As straight vodka usually does.
Right. I took my Jello shot right there on the fucking street, and I held on to my wife as I battled with gravity, the most daring battle you've ever seen in your entire lives. I gave gravity my fucking all, and that bitch left me in the dirt. But holy shit, was it fun. But do you know how I closed out my night? I closed out my night in the greatest way possible. So let's go back to trunk or treats. Here's why I hate church trunk or treats, because I'm tired of the fucking Bible verses on my kids' fucking candy. Because it's not the cutesy ones. It's not the cutesy Bible verses of, and he told Noah, take the animals 2 by 2. That would be fine. That would be the perfect fucking Bible verse for my kids' candy. Well, why do you take the animals 2 by 2? Well, so the 2 could be saved. I could have I could work around that one. You know the Bible verses you bastards put on that fucking candy? For God so loved you that he killed his fucking son. Hey, if you do this, you're going to hell. Hey, God's coming back, and he's only taking a few people with him. The rest of us are going to have to fight for our lives.
It's horror night, guys. They're just sprinkling some Christian horror.
Okay.
Certainly one way to go.
On my in-law street is the pastor of First Baptist of the First Baptist Church here.
I don't like that we killed this.
And the way they do it every year is they rent a snow cone truck.
That's their snow cone.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I just got told by my wife. They don't rent a snow cone truck. They own a snow cone truck.
Of course they do.
Several times.
And they have plastic cups that they put the snow cones in. And on the front of the plastic cup, it reads First Baptist Shreveport. And then on the back of the cup, it has a QR code for if you want to learn more. You could then scan the QR code to learn about the church and find maybe a new home for your religion, or find religion on the back of a snow cone cup. That's all. I fucking love that.
Mac.
I love that. I do, because again, it doesn't indoctrinate anybody. And if you don't want to scan the QR code, you don't have to scan the QR code. What you have is a fucking cup that says First Baptist Shreveport on it that will rub off in about 3 to 4 fucking washes, because they're not greatly made cups. They're those cheap plastic cups that any business gets that, again, fades after a couple washes. My in-laws have plenty of them because they go get a snow cone every year. This line was fucking massive for these snow cones. They were fucking free snow cones. That was their trick-or-treat gift. That was their candy, was a fucking snow cone. Now, by the time me and Artie made it around, because we do it. First of all, those of you that bounce in between the two streets, going up the two sides of the street, going up like that, snaking it up, fuck y'all. Seriously, go up, turn, come back down.
Yeah.
Then make the little turn around the house, go up the next street, turn, come back down the fucking street. Okay, that's the best way to fucking do it. If you don't know that, you don't trick-or-treat that well. Learn the trick-or-treat etiquette, bitch. But okay, by the time we get to the snow cone truck, the only flavor they have left is lime. Now they're calling it, of course, for Halloween, lime. I'm not a lime person, okay? The only lime I like in my life is in my fucking beer, okay?
I love lime.
But I'll tell you, that lime snow cone tasted so good because it was free. Had about half, then I'll let Hannah have the other half. Already devoured hers. I mean, that shit was gone in like 3 minutes. And I'm talking like, this ain't a small cup, okay? This cup is like maybe about this wide at the top, okay?
Like a solo cup almost.
Right. Like a little bit smaller than a solo cup.
Okay.
And the ice came over the top on the dome to make the cone part of it, the snow cone part of it.
Right.
Those are massive fucking snow cones. Yeah, I already devoured hers. Quick as shit. Like I said, I have mine with Hannah. Oh my God. Cold weather and a snow cone, I never thought would hit, but it hit. I'll tell you that.
And it was free.
And it was free.
I think it was because it was free.
Right.
It was good old free 99.
But all this to say,
Yes, man.
Halloween doesn't feel like it used to, though. We also have that marked on here. Halloween doesn't feel like it used to. We can all make that argument. Every single one of us.
No, it doesn't. Spirit Halloween has a Christmas store now.
The fuck?
Right.
Yeah. Kind of intrigued. But it's wild and crazy. Is where I'm at. I don't know how I feel about it. But like as a horror fan and as a like non-Christmas, like I like Christmas, but it's not. I have qualms with Christmas.
I like Christmas when it's Christmas time. For every Christmas tree lit before Thanksgiving, an elf drowns a baby reindeer. Just remember that, people.
I'll be damned.
Sorry, Ben. Continue on.
But as a horror fan, seeing a ghost face elf on the shelf,
The fuck?
I need it I need it. Like, sign me up. But yeah, no, it just doesn't feel the same. It's like Halloween is everywhere and nowhere. Like everybody wants it so bad, like in September. And then by the time Halloween's here, it's like I see nobody. No one's dressed up. No one's excited about it. No one's nothing. No one's everybody's just doing shit on their own. At least like, I don't know, have like community. I don't know, maybe even have more community events. Like, not specifically trunk or treats. Yeah. But like, I don't know. And when we lived in Rockford, they did like a haunted ball or something like that. That was pretty cool. We didn't go, but the idea of it is cool. Like, it's
contest on your fucking street or at a park for kids to come up or anybody to come up that's in costume, just show their fucking costumes off. That would be cool as shit.
Right. Yeah, where did costume contests go? Like, bare minimum, do a costume contest and like a little like all of the like small businesses in town that want to participate can throw in coupons, vouchers, gift cards, whatever.
Right. See, okay. About 6 years ago, I was living up in Bonham, Texas. One of the coolest things that I saw was for Halloween, they go all out. They even decorate the town hall. But on the day of Halloween, at about 3:30, all businesses, they don't shut down, but all businesses on the square send someone out there with a bucket of candy, and they bring the kids in around the town square, and you can get candy there. And then later on that evening, you can go in and then get more candy throughout the neighborhoods. That was cool as shit. I got to participate with that one time. But yeah, let's get these fucking places involved with Halloween. I mean, we grew up with movies like Halloween Town, where the entire town was full of Halloween stuff. The entire town got into Halloween.
Basically a Hallmark Halloween movie.
Right. I mean, fuck you for that, but right. Because Hallmark movies suck.
I know, but I even love Halloween Town, and yeah, it's the Halloween Hallmark movie. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is for sure.
Next week you went to bed.
You're welcome.
Are you coming so I can take your costume off?
But yeah, I totally get what you mean. I mean, you know, all month long, I'm seeing videos on TikTok of, oh, I'm so ready for Halloween this year. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. And then Halloween rolls around and I don't see shit.
Right. Where?
This year, Ben, you sent me you were Ghostface while you were door dashing this year.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fucking hilarious. Honestly, you should do that every year. Make it maybe a different horror character every year. Like next year, Jason Voorhees.
It was boring.
Yeah, it was like some of it was great, some of it was really boring. A lot of people interacted with me. It was kind of lackluster.
Right.
It was that, and that was another point that I was gonna make is like nobody is cool anymore. Like nobody can just enjoy anything. Everybody's so caught up in their bullshit. They can never. It's like they're just so caught up in their own like world that they don't notice anything going on around them.
Not
so
to
like
sound like a boomer, but people are in their phones. Not to sound like a boomer, but people are in their phones too goddamn much.
Right.
That's coming from me, a millennial who was raised on floppy disk and the Razor phone all the way up to the current smartphone gens. Okay, I've been with phones my entire life.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. No one cares anymore, and it sucks. It really does. Like I said, Hannah's parents' street. Again, my where my in-laws live is the coolest thing in the world because it reminds me of Halloween when we were kids, where every house was decorated and people had fun.
Right.
But outside of that, you don't see it. Where we live at, we're 15 minutes away from my in-laws. But where we live at, there weren't any houses decorated. There were two. And they're right next door to each other. They're right across the street. We did not leave. We left with enough time for there to still be trick-or-treaters outside. Got back over to our side of town. Okay. Got back over to our side of town where they were at a time where there would still be trick-or-treaters outside. And in our neighborhood, there were none. And it was like, what the fuck? Halloween has felt like a dying holiday for a long time. And honestly, I'm not blaming the religion, okay? I'm not blaming the true Christians that follow the teachings of Jesus, okay? Because you guys are cool, okay? I'm blaming the fucking MAGA Bible thumpers that believe Halloween is fucking witchcraft. Okay, I'm blaming the people that do the trunk or treats. I'm blaming the people that do the harvest festivals. I'm blaming the people that set their church up as a hell house. Okay, I remember there used to be, of course, you had your sanctioned haunted houses, right? Your big companies that would throw on a haunted house, right?
Or even schools or something that would throw them.
Right. But there would be again, this was 20 years ago, people. There used to be a house on every block in my neighborhood that would set up as a haunted house. And you could go in and they would get so into it and you would get legitimately scared in somebody's regular fucking house, but you were invited in that night because it's Halloween. What happened to haunted houses, man? I don't even know where good ones are at here in Louisiana.
I will say there is a really cool one here where I live in Missouri that the college campus does that's in an actual mine.
Yeah.
And that one sounds really cool. We Yeah, if we had anxiety pills right now, we probably would have gone. But
Yeah.
with my fight or flight, I know I would punch someone, and it's my first one.
Right.
I know I would punch someone, and she's claustrophobic. So mine, not for the first one, getting back into it for sure.
Right.
We definitely thought it. There are a few in this town though that like a lot of the college kids put on, which I think is kind of
right.
But
Right.
as far as like big fucking big productive like big produced
Like production level type bullshit.
yeah haunted houses, I don't really see very many anymore.
They started fading in Dallas.
Yeah,
because you had that big one that was right off of 30. Like all throughout September and October, you could go in the canyon on 30. You know where I'm talking about. And you'd see that big ass inflatable fucking gargoyle that had the fucking sign that said, "Hey, haunted house through these times."
right.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that inflatable in the last 5 years.
I mean, there was one on Lawson, wasn't there?
Yeah, there used to be one on Lawson. You know, and then like I said, I don't know about any in Shreveport, or Louisiana as a whole yet. Again, I haven't been out, and I guarantee there's thousands in New Orleans, but that's 5 hours away. But it's and it goes back to, again, the people that used to decorate their houses and open up their houses to be a haunted house there in the neighborhood. There used to be hundreds of those throughout the neighborhoods, and I haven't heard of one of those since I was a fucking kid. Because I always remembered wanting to wait until I was a teenager, so that I couldn't go trick or treating, but I could go to these haunted houses now, and go into one of those haunted houses and get fucking scared, have a good fucking time. But they started fading before I was even a fucking teenager,
And nobody ever wanted to go.
Right. I worked as a haunt actor though for a little bit there and in the East Texas area, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But even those are dying now, and they're not as fun. The ones that still operate, it feels like they're not as fun as they used to be. And I'm not trying to talk bad about the haunted houses that are left. Like we all collectively have a friend named
you know any. Tell us.
Point them out to us. Let us know where they're at. Fuck,
Yeah.
I will fly to go to one. I will fly anywhere to go to one for a good one, but it's got to be good. Like, we've got a friend, we all collectively here have a friend named Taylor, who is a haunt actor in the Seattle area of Washington. He's been running one. He's been a haunt actor for the last couple of years, and he's been dying to get me up there to go see him be a haunt actor and even work with him at one point, which I'm hoping to do, hopefully. But I would like to have some local ones. I'd like the haunts to come back. I really would. I want Halloween to just start feeling like a whole fucking month. Because when I was a kid, when we were kids, correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like the school year would start and we would all wait for October, because October would be spooky all the way through. And then finally, Halloween came. We got our free candy. And then we waited through November, and we'd get those few days off for Thanksgiving, and it would feel like Thanksgiving all the way through November. And then December would feel like Christmas. Christmas time didn't start until after the Thanksgiving Day parade, when Santa Claus would drive across the TV screen at the end of the parade. That's when it started to feel like Christmas, right? For me, anyways. That's the way it's always been. In the last 10 years, though, Christmas starts in September now. It's gotten that bad. Stores will have their Christmas decorations out in fucking September. The Halloween candy goes up maybe a couple weeks before Halloween, and then it disappears the day after Halloween. Like if you're there and you can get your after Halloween 50% off candy sales, cool. But the day after that, they're gone. November 2nd, the candy's gone.
That thing fills
it-
me with rage more. I'm gonna be completely honest.
And then it gets worse because there used to be a section for Thanksgiving. Like there's not a lot of Thanksgiving songs. You don't really decorate for Thanksgiving. But there's that feeling of coming together and you know, being at home and enjoying it with people that you love and that you care for.
Yeah, and Thanksgiving doesn't even get anything really hardly anymore.
Right. And it used, you know, and so what happens in November? Well, guess what? More Christmas shit starts coming out. Now that Halloween's over, it's November 2nd. Here's even more Christmas shit. Here's the Christmas inflatables. They're up. The Christmas trees are on sale. The wreaths are now at the front of the store. The garlands are out. The lights are out.
Here's half a shelf of scarecrows and leaves. The rest is fucking Christmas.
Right. and then as soon as Christmas comes around, does the Christmas stuff vanish? No. The Christmas stuff is still out until after January 1st. I love Christmas because of the way that my family does Christmas. Okay. I love Christmas because of the joy that I get to bring to people on Christmas. Okay. Other than that, the holiday pisses me the fuck off because it's nothing more than about corporate greed these days. It encroaches too much on Thanksgiving that Thanksgiving is a dead holiday until the day of anymore. And it's starting to put that chokehold on Halloween. We've seen it. And it's like
I feel like that's why so many people hate Christmas now.
Yeah. Because I'm becoming a part of that minority.
Yeah. Like I'm trying not to. But I get it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I try my hardest not to fucking do it because again, for me, it's the feeling I get, you know, that makes me still love the holiday, right? It's the feeling of wanting to wake up before my kids so that I could go sit down where the tree's at and watch them wake up, run in there, and see that big ass, fat ass fucking smile on their faces. And then even more so to see some of my best friends get something in the mail from me that they've been dying to fucking get or they mentioned once and then completely forgot about it because we all have ADHD in some way, shape, or form. And then it arrives at their fucking door and they're like, holy fucking shit, dude, you remembered. And like, yeah, I know, surprised me too, but here you go. But with that, let's go back to gaming now. For the rest of gaming, we've got FNAF and Horrified. Five Nights at Freddy's, the goat of Halloween games, the goat of spooky games. Yes, it's still okay, maybe it's still kind of newer. It hasn't been around as long as some of the other games, but I love this fucking game. I do. I've played a couple of them. I still haven't seen the movies because I'm still trying to understand the game lore. And again, with the movies, I hear that it messes with the lore just a little bit. So I want to understand the full game lore before I get into the movies. But what is fucking scarier than being locked in a pizza place with animatronics that come to life at night and try to fucking kill you? Not fucking much, I'll tell you that.
Kill you by stuffing you into an animatronic suit that still has all the guts in it.
Right. So you guys, though, you both of y'all are more of the FNAF players than I am. So I'm gonna let y'all take this over.
We've only acquired one game.
Huh?
So we've only acquired one game. Unless you played other ones.
I mean, I've played other ones. I don't know a lot of the lore. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, I know loosely. So, John, if you know the lore,
Well,
I've played.
being a very very big game theorist, Matt Pat fan, I have seen
Yeah.
just about every video of theirs on FNAF that you could think of. That I'm probably
Take
one
it
of the
away.
I'm probably one of the insane people when it comes to this, because
Okay.
there's just so much to go over that
There is.
we could be here for like 4 hours just talking about Five Nights at Freddy's lore. Or well, I
Pretty
could be,
much.
but that's beside the point.
No, and that's why I've never like completely delved into it. So I know like the basis of it, and I know like a good chunk, but not the little all of it. You know.
Yeah. But I mean, to give
But
you guys kind of an idea of how old Five Nights at Freddy is, Five Nights at Freddy only came out 11 years ago. How wild is that? Like it feels like it's been longer though, doesn't it? Does
yeah,
me, but like I feel like this game's been around for a long time and it really hasn't. As far as the lore goes, there is a connected story through all the games, even though it doesn't seem like there is in the games themselves. Um, first 4 games, I would say, even up till actually the first 6 games, all have a connected story about good old William Afton and his family and his atrocities. So basically, kind of put this in more or less layman's terms. William Afton killed 5 kids and stuffed them into animatronic suits. Their spirits now continue to haunt said animatronic suits. And I was about to say, it all kind of came to a head when William Afton's son ended up dying thanks to a animatronic biting his brain box. So that's kind of a very gross generalization of kind of what happens. And in the games, you play a security guard who it's been theorized is you're actually playing as Michael Afton, William Afton's other son. Throughout all the games. And there's a lot I'm skipping over because I'm total fucking oaf at explaining shit like this, but
now, have you seen the movies, John? Or the movie?
well, yeah,
Yes.
I did see the movie, and that was kind of
Yeah.
what got me started. It was like the movie started to end up coming out. I'm like, I kind of want to know some of this lore, and I did a fucking deep dive for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because that's kind of where I'm at right now with the new. Like, I was there with the first one, and I kind of delved into it a little bit, but I have acquired Security Breach finally, and we have kind of started. Me and my fiance have started trying to play through that as like a date night,
right?
Sometimes, and that and the new movie have kind of been spiraling me wanting to get in the lore a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, look up a game theory FNAF playlist. Like it's gonna go into a lot more detail than, frankly, probably I will, because I'm only remembering probably about half of what I actually watched. If you want like the full story on it, watch Game Theory's Ultimate Timeline for FNAF. That came out a few years ago. Because yeah, I got into all the FNAF lore like right about as like the first movie trailer came out. Right before Matt Pat announced that he was leaving Game Theory.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I got into it. I got into all the Game Theory FNAF stuff, and then Matt Pat announced he was leaving Game Theory, and I'm like, oh god damn it. Yeah, eventually the souls do get released into the whatever afterlife they end up going to, except for good old Billy Afton, because can't let the motherfucker die. So then you get your games like Security Breach or anything that's come out after Security Breach, or after Pizzeria Simulator and Ultimate Custom Night. Anything that comes after that is kind of the story, and like this is Pat stretching the theory real big. But it's actually the story of William's wife possibly trying to rebuild her family that she lost during the FNAF game. Like I said, I'm glossing over a bunch of stuff and some backup stuff that would probably, get pitchforks and torches thrown at me,
Maybe we'll do a full deep dive in December when the newest movie comes out.
I
Maybe
like
we'll
that
do
idea because I'm glossing over a whole bunch of stuff here.
We'll do a full dedicated FNAF episode when that comes out.
Yes.
All right.
I'm good with that.
But that's
okay.
what I got on.
Okay, so we're gonna skip FNAF until December, so you guys are gonna have to wait. I know, pissing you off. Come at me like Freddy Fazbear. I dare you. Let's get into Horrified. The game Horrified.
Yeah, so Horrified is one of my favorite board games, but not a lot of people I don't know. I feel like not a lot of people play it. There's a lot of different. Yeah, there's like I think there's 3 different variations of it. One of them is like your classic monsters, so like Dracula, Frankenstein, that kind of thing. And then another one is like cryptids, so like Mothman, the Jersey Devil, shit like that. And I think there's another one that is like the Mummy.
They've got Greek monsters, World of Monsters, Dungeons and Dragons. They've got. I'm looking at all the different variations. American monsters, Greek monsters.
Yeah.
All kinds of fun stuff. This actually looks really good.
Yeah, they have like multiple installments of it. It's so cool. Basically, you have to take down each individual monster to win it, and each individual monster has their own specific thing, like task you have to do to knock them off the board. It's a really cool game, and definitely different. You can play it with 2 people. You can play it with multiple people. It's a pretty good one. A lot of people don't know about it, and a lot of people don't talk about it. And it's one that you can play over and over and over again, and it doesn't, lose its value. Kind of expensive, but honestly not too bad for a board game nowadays, like $25-$30.
See, that's the running rate for like most Monopoly versions that are coming out now. So
right, yeah. Did you see that Monopoly's now? This is totally sidebar. Now that we're talking about a board game, but Monopoly's doing app like an app pay now.
Okay.
Like electronic pay, like not just the card. Like, isn't it like a full app?
Yeah, like so the new game variant, the bank, is online, and I might play.
M hates Monopoly, not to be confused with McDonald's Monopoly. She loves that.
No, I'm mad at that too.
We're mad at that too now, though. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, different topic, different day. Well, that game sounds interesting as fuck. Honestly, would love to.
No, it is really fun, and I think Hannah would love it too because of all the different mythology, because they do break down a lot of the mythologies and stuff like that. But I've played 2 different I've played the cryptid one, and then the I think American Monsters one is the one that I've played.
I kind of want to try out this Dungeons and Dragons one. That one looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, that one's new. I haven't seen that one before. I'm definitely interested in that.
The Beholder, the Displacer Beast, the Mimic, and a Red Dragon.
The Mimic. Of course, there's a Mimic.
Oh my
There's always
god!
a Mimic.
Can't escape a Mimic in D&D. I mean, honestly, let's make D&D great. Let's get into our mental health topic though, real quick. So I'm curious to see what you have to say on this one, Ben. I know this is you. Horror helping people with trauma, with trauma and trauma disorders.
Yes. So a recent study has been shown that a lot of different trauma, like people with trauma and trauma responses, will watch horror to kind of put themselves in a controlled panic-induced state.
Okay.
But it's basically to put yourself in that like trauma zone, but in a controlled form. So it's to help you. Like a lot of therapists will tell you to watch a horror film because it will trick your brain, that it'll allow you to get those feelings. Let's see. It will allow you to get those feelings out without feeling like you're losing complete control. Do you have anything to add on that? Have you learned anything about that? About the therapy thing? Because we both mentioned that.
You know, a lot of times it's just like a control thing. It can help you process control the environment.
Yeah, that's basically what I just said. Yeah, no, basically it just helps you process trauma in a controlled environment. It's the same reason why a lot of therapists will assign a lot of SA victims smut novels.
Okay.
Because they will allow them to read that material in a controlled environment.
Right.
It helps you take control of specific things that happen to you. And I don't know, I see it and I read it and I was like, that makes sense. And I moved on.
Honestly, I mean, it's kind of it's an interesting take, like it's the time honored face your fear take, and I enjoy the fuck out of it because also these people that people like me with my PTSD, it's important for us to know what our triggers are, and if you've been through something traumatic and you just, don't truly know what your triggers are, and then you watch something like that and you're in a controlled environment where someone can also help bring you out of that panic attack state, you'd also realize what your triggers are so you're more open to it and not able to
because you're also able to, because even if you're not in this full panic induced state, you're also able to pause it. You're able to take control of it whenever you need to. And or even in books, I would even say reading horror books, you can close it, you can put it down, you can pause it, you can turn off the TV, whatever you need to do.
Right.
It's in this controlled sense where you're allowed to feel those feelings without completely breaking down, completely dissolving. So,
and for those of you that are doing something like this, if your therapist has told you, then your therapist has told you this. For those of you that have not, that are doing this just on your own free will, don't have a therapist, don't do this shit alone. Though it's normal. Don't do this shit alone. Don't watch a horror movie to get out these trauma responses alone. It's not worth it because you're gonna need someone there at the very minimum to help you, try to calm yourself down if it gets way too out of hand and you can't do it yourself.
And obviously, if you're going into it and you know that you have traumas with certain things, read. There's always something about
Parents Guide.
Yeah, Parents Guide. Parents Guide will tell you everything you need to know. Cuss words, violence, nudity, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of potential triggers. It'll tell you everything you need to know about a movie.
But beware of spoilers.
Yeah, beware of spoilers.
With caution.
Read with caution, but it will tell you everything you need to know about what's going to be in the film to like get yourself prepared. So
Right.
like if you can't handle a certain trigger yet, and you don't know if that certain trigger is in that film, look it up on Parents Guide. That is your best bet. Because if you want to start delving into these things, then I totally get it. It is a very good way to stop and start and continue to like process these things in an exposure way without being too in your face, I guess. Because like, I mean, you could go to a haunted house, but again, that puts you in a,
Right.
am I going to punch somebody? Like, I don't know.
Going to a haunted house, you put yourself in an open environment that you're not in control of.
Right.
Like I mean, yes, every haunted house has a rule where if someone says stop or gives a word, more or less a safe word, it's they are designed for you. A really good haunted house will give you some sort of safe word that if it gets too out of hand for you, to give them that word, and they'll help you get out and get through it. But I feel like going to a haunted house is kind of like, I would say, maybe the next step.
No, I definitely would not start there. For sure.
No.
But the parents, what was it called? It's not called Parents Guide anymore. It's called Kids in Mind now. So Kids in Mind is where you would go to look at certain trigger warnings, anything like that. Nudity and sex, drugs,
Okay.
language and violence, things like that. Gore and violence and yeah, it'll.
They give a big paragraph of triggers.
They give a huge paragraph of triggers, so they'll like break it down for you a little bit more, so that you know what you're getting into, even more. So you have even more control over the environment that you're putting yourself into. Granted, now I did not know that I didn't know this about myself. I just like horror, but I do know that I crave horror when I'm feeling anxious, and I never knew why. And it's because I have that control. I can put myself in that anxious space, that I'm scared space, and I have the ability to control that environment. So it makes total sense to me personally. Now, as somebody like your wife, Chris, who would look at me like I was a fucking sociopath when I say that.
Like she does already sometimes.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, to each their own. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But I know for certain people, it does help to have a certain sense of control about deeper topics that horror does tend to touch on. So,
and with that, let's get into our film and TV section. One thing I forgot to tell you about that it just crossed my mind. I'm going to slip this in real quick. If you're a Batman fan and a Michael Myers fan, and you've always wondered what would happen if Batman fought Michael Myers, you can now find out. One of my dear friends, his name is Nick, on his YouTube channel, which is called No Joke Entertainment, you can find Halloween Night, a full-on movie that he did everything himself. He plays Batman. Nick plays Batman in this movie. He has a full cast, mostly made up of some of his friends and people from around town where they live at. A lot of the scenes, they went out to a town in New York. I don't remember the town, but they filmed out there. They filmed at his house. He built these sets. The sets that he uses at his house, he built himself. They did everything themselves. This came out of his pocket. He put close to, if not more than, 10 grand into this. I don't know if he'll be making any money off of it, off of his YouTube channel. And if so, might get him in trouble with DC. But the movie's out there now. It came out last night. I'm actually going to watch it tonight. I haven't watched it yet, but everything I've seen from this, and I'm not just talking as Nick's friend here. I'm talking as a horror fan and as a Batman fan. Everything I've seen so far looks phenomenal. The trailers have looked great. The movie posters look amazing. I am getting one of the movie posters. He's sending it to me. He's having everybody sign it for me first, which is cool as shit. But he did all this himself. He thought about this concept and decided, why not? So go check it out. It might not be for you, but give it a try. The channel, again, is No Joke Entertainment on YouTube. The movie released last night, and like I said, I'm going to watch it tonight. I'll give you all a good, honest review on it next Saturday on the podcast. Now, on to the list that we actually have for film and TV. Halloween, Rob Zombie 2, Letterboxd. Review that had me cackling. Oh, dear God.
Okay, so y'all know we do challenges every month for, and she's never seen all the Halloween movies, any of them,
right,
until this year. So we get to the Rob Zombie ones. I have strong feelings about Rob Zombie. I like him as a musician. I cannot stand him as a horror director. I can't stand his films. I don't like them.
Yeah, you feel about Rob Zombie the same way I feel about Jared Leto. Just go back to music.
Pretty much, yeah. No, yeah. I love Rob Zombie. Don't get me wrong. I love Rob Zombie, but his movies, bro, just stop. Stop casting your wife. Stop.
To be fair though, I did like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand when I tell you this. She's hot, but she can't act.
Right. To be fair, I did enjoy House of a Thousand Corpses though. That one's a good one.
That's, for what it is, it's good. But that's about like the only one that gets the best.
That's about it. Yeah.
What? You look like you have something to say. So what do you have to say? I know you like the 3-pack. Anyway, she loves Rob Zombie.
That's deep though. That's 5-year-old.
That's her little 5-year-old BPD self over there is. Don't talk about Rob Zombie. Don't talk about Rob Zombie.
No.
Okay, anyway. So we watch Halloween Rob Zombie 1 and Halloween Rob Zombie 2. And Halloween Rob Zombie 1 is trash. At best. It is it's mediocre. And then we watch Halloween 2, and I look at her the next morning because we finish it as we're falling asleep, and I said, "Real Toxie," and she goes, "What? That movie sucked?" And I said, "Yes, that movie sucked. What even happened? What even is happening? What is going on?" So I start looking up a review, right? And this review had me fucking cackling, dude. Okay. It's from Silent J. Half a star. Fuck this movie. Fuck that pointless first 20 minutes. Fuck that white horse. Fuck the cringeworthy dialogue. Fuck Rob Zombie for thinking women, teens, human beings really talk like this. Fuck Rob Zombie for turning Michael Myers' story into some weird LSD pipe dream that only he understands. Fuck the studio for forcing Rob Zombie into making this movie because they couldn't leave well enough alone. Fuck every character who was remotely likable, bearable in the last movie who decided to turn into a huge asshole in this one. Fuck New Loomis, he's such a cunt. Fuck New Loomis's cunty mustache while we're at it. Fuck New Laurie, who's way too unlikable to sympathize with.
Damn, bro, tell us how you really feel.
No, it keeps going. Hold on, where is it? Where did it stop? Fuck New Michael in his LSD pipe dreams. Fuck New Young Michael, who looks nothing like the old new young Michael from his last film. Fuck the fact that this movie angered me more than when it first came out. This must be me watching when she was talking about 0 to 100 rage. Fuck the asinine writing. Fuck the unbearable characters. Fuck Rob Zombie's self-indulgence. Fuck this shit. Fuck this movie. But let's not fuck Halloween 2 for trying to be different from its original material. Fuck Halloween 2 for trying to be different and turning out to be really dumb. And while we're at it, fuck the Letterboxd community for convincing me to try to see this again. And with all your praise and 5 stars reviews, you fuckers trolled me. Fuck you guys. I'm going home. And then it ends with, okay, real talk. I'm not actually mad, but like, what was this? Like, and I was like, I felt that in my fucking bones. Yeah, no, it's so bad. And he's so right. He hits it on the money because, like, Laurie Strode is the worst, the absolute worst in the fucking Rob Zombie franchise. I like the young take on Michael. My hate isn't there. My hate is with the fact that Laurie Strode is a whiny, cunty bitch. My hate is with the fact that you recasted Jamie Lloyd as Annie Brackett. My hate is the fact that my beautiful fiance, who's obsessed with Chucky, didn't pick out that Chucky is literally Sheriff Brackett. She literally couldn't even pick that out. We hated that movie that much.
God damn.
Yeah. So, no. I love the Halloween franchise. Halloween is one of my favorite franchises. I will probably check out your friend's film. But it better be better than Rob Zombie.
No.
Yeah, it's got to be better than Rob Zombie Halloween. You know what? And if it is, I'll leave that as a comment. Well, better than Rob Zombie's.
But
I'll let him know to expect that.
yeah, but we also want posters.
Yeah, and if you can get posters,
I will see if he still got some.
I want a poster.
Yeah,
at least
we
one.
will watch it.
Because legit, we will watch it. For sure. But yeah, no, I just had to read that because I was literally crying laughing while I was reading that. Because I was like, what do people really actually have to say about this? And I saw a bunch of 5-star reviews and I started getting pissed. Pisser than hell as I was reading these reviews. And then I found that one and I was like, thank you. You beautiful fuck. You see me. Next up is Carrie. Carrie by Mike Flanagan finishes filming. I love Mike Flanagan. I love anything that Mike Flanagan does. There are some things that are better than others. If you don't know who Mike Flanagan is, if you don't, where are you? He's the Flaniverse. He's The Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Club, Midnight Mass. He also did Oculus. He was Dr. Sleep. He's been around the horror realm and then some. So he decides to pick up another Stephen King adaptation, and he's doing Carrie. He's moved over to Amazon for this one. most of his stuff has come out on Netflix. From what I have seen so far, the person that they have casted for Carrie is pretty, as far as like the innocence is pretty spot on. They got I can't remember her name in Midnight Mass. Is it Beverly? Beverly in Midnight Mass is playing her mother, which is just honestly fitting. She's kind of like a super religious character in Midnight Mass, so it fits pretty well. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for that one because I just did a whole thing about where I went into. I reread Pet Sematary, rewatched Pet Sematary. I read The Shining. I rewatched The Shining. Kubrick absolutely, to me personally, butchered that completely. Stephen King absolutely can't stand it either. So, and I kind of agree. But with what Flanagan had, he did the best at blending Dr. Sleep, the novel, and making it a sequel to the Shining movie as best as he could with what he got with the Shining movie. So I think that he'll do pretty well with a book adaptation of Carrie with not having to make it a sequel. So I don't know, I'm pretty excited about that one. We're gonna skip. We had the FNAF movies, but we're gonna skip that again because
we'll just wait till the second one comes out.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for that. Oh, Terrifier controversy. Okay, so basically, what's her name? You know, okay. Can you look it up for me? Because I can't look shit up. Anyway, the woman who is sawed in half in the first Terrifier movie. I'm pulling up her name really quickly. Oh, as quickly as possible. But she is filing a lawsuit for back-end pay against Damien Leone and the Terrifier Studios, and kind of claiming a sexual harassment charge, basically. Catherine Cochran is her name. My biggest thing is like, why now? Like, you,
especially when a couple weeks ago you were posting about being,
yeah, like a couple weeks ago you're posting about being the star of Terrifier, and now all of a sudden Damien Leone has a script ready for number 4, and now you're coming out about how the conditions of that weren't sound. They didn't get your written consent, and so that automatically makes them in the wrong, which I get. There's some fishy shit going on there. I definitely get that there's some fishy shit going on there, but I don't know. Do you have anything to add in on that, Chris?
Dude, I'm gonna be 100% with you. Oh, look, I'm not trying to discredit nobody. Okay, I'm not trying to say she's wrong. I'm not trying to say the studio's wrong. From what I've been told, from what I understand about the situation, from a little bit that I can look up, I feel like if she was wronged, this studio that did Terrifier is not the same studio that did Terrifier 3. Might be the same people. It's not the same studio. When Terrifier came out, Terrifier was a very low-budgeted, pretty much
fly by the seat of your pants movie. I mean, that's what it was.
Right. Yeah, kind of like my buddy Nick's film Halloween Night. It's hey, I got this really great idea for a film. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hey, bro, you gonna help me out with this? fuck yeah, let's go get some people.
Yeah,
And they,
and he just
they did
happened.
it themselves.
I'm gonna be real. It sounds like he just happened to get the wrong person that was gonna. I don't know. It just seems fishy to me. Like, why
You
now?
know,
Why now?
right. You know, again, why now? But again, you know, there are those stories of people that, you know, I'm going to chalk this up to SA survivors that are true SA survivors that waited to tell their story because they didn't feel like they were safe at that certain time to be able to tell their story. And so they had to feel like they were safe to be able to tell a story, and might have been 5, 10, 20 fucking years. Again, I'm not trying to say she's wrong. I'm not trying to say she's money grabbing. I'm not trying to say that he didn't do what she's suggesting, you know, that the production didn't do what she's suggesting the production did.
Mhm.
Not trying to call him out. I'm not trying to say he is in the wrong. I'm not trying to say that the production is in the wrong. Like I said, I don't know enough truly to go off and give my own opinion. I will say again, it was a underground production for an underground film that has now become a household name.
I do
Because of
know
Terrifier 3.
that originally this was about the money.
Right.
It was about her getting her cut. Upon research, upon looking into it, she has gotten more than her cut.
Mhm.
She was supposed to stop receiving payments in 2017. She was not in Terrifier 3. She was only in flashbacks for Terrifier 2.
Right.
She stopped receiving payments in 2022 or 2024. In 2024. She stopped receiving payments for Terrifier.
Right.
More than
It's
first movie is
it's less than 10 grand, but it's still more than the first movie was
1%.
worth. She was
Right.
she was promised 1% of Terrifier profit, whether that be in movie revenue or in merchandise. She was promised 1% of that. She received her 1% of the movie that she was a part of.
Right.
That I don't see. Everything on the back end about the sexual or the SA stuff, I'm not discrediting her for that. If that
Mhm.
happened, that's fucked. I have heard some.
Lexi says you're not allowed to be mean.
I'm not going to be mean to him when I call him. Sorry, there's a whole situation outside of the podcast that's going on with one of my little brothers. So once I get off of this podcast, I'm gonna call him, and I'm promised I'm not gonna be mean.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, you know, if it is just about the money and this is a ploy to get more money, fuck you. Honestly.
It just seems like odd timing. Like, I'm not
Right.
saying the
Right.
wait is the problem. It's the when. The
Right.
him
You
just
know,
now releasing that he's finished with the script. David Howard Thornton has started coming out about how they're talking about starting the filming process. It just feels very off to me. However,
right.
again,
And we've seen this before.
yeah, I have heard
You know.
of Damian Leone doing some pretty fucked shit on set.
Right.
David Howard Thornton, he's done some stuff against David Howard Thornton that I don't really approve of, and that's where I'll stand on that. However, I am a fan of David Howard Thornton. I'm a fan of Damian Leone in the sense of I like that he took his idea and he started it from a seed on YouTube and crafted it into this Hollywood franchise.
Right.
That I can.
I like the story that it gives. Go from an underground production to a now big name Hollywood slasher, you know, clown.
Right. Bare minimum,
While
can we
he's
at
not
least let David Howard Thornton cook? Because like
right.
we can't have. I just really don't want this movie to get ruined. I know that like
Yeah.
as much like I obviously want SA victims to come forward. This is not a
Right.
don't come forward, but
Right.
I'm angry that of course it has to be an original film with an original plot that we don't know about we don't know anything about his origin yet.
Mhm.
That's what we're getting in this fourth film. If this goes south, if Damian Leone gets any sort of flack, Terrifier dies with Damian Leone.
Right. Right.
He's going to Brad Dourif the shit out of Terrifier. He's not gonna release that. That's it. He's done so.
And even if Terrifier lives, even if Terrifier lives without him, it's not going to be what we would have gotten. It's not going to be the original story. It's
No,
going to
because
be
it wouldn't be in his head. Nobody knows what's in his head. And like,
right.
Yeah, and not to
Again,
shit on Halloween, because again, I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite franchises, but it would be like Halloween. It would be the cut and shift that Halloween has.
Yeah.
But that's all
like
I'm going to say on that. Because
I want to see more. I want to learn more. Before I pick any side, any way, shape, or form.
Right.
If she truly is a victim here, I want her to get what she's owed. That's where I'm going to leave that.
I'm a fan of the franchise and the idea, and I admire the grind as a writer and as a person that loves film and would love to do this myself. I am a fan of David Howard Thornton. David Howard Thornton. David would never. Damien, I'm questioning. I'm waiting and seeing. However, I do stand on I admire that he took this from the ground up and that he ran with it and it really took off. I will say I still admire him for that. However, if this turns out to be true and he did not adhere as he should have, then of course come forward, speak out about it. But like, I'm gonna wait. I'm not picking a side. I'm still gonna enjoy it because of David Howard Thornton. Regardless, if it makes it still and it comes out, I'm still gonna enjoy the shit out of it for David Howard Thornton because he's that movie for me.
And when it comes to movies, okay, when we thank people for being in movies, much as I do when I go out to conventions and I meet people, I don't meet the directors, I don't meet the writers, I don't meet the producers. We meet the actors and we tell them thank you for this character. Thank you for portraying this character that has given me so much hope. And of course they say thank you. But was it really them? No, it was writers. But I don't think about the writers when I think of these movies. When I think of The Flash, I'm not thinking about the writers on these movies. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about the writers who wrote Grant Gustin being the Flash and being this version of the Flash that makes me so in love with the character for the first time since I met the character on comic books. I don't think about the writers on the show when I meet John Wesley Shipp. I think about I'm meeting John Wesley Shipp. I'm meeting the man that portrayed the Flash. I'm meeting the Flash. I want to talk to him. I want to get that conversation with him. Even though that I know if I talk to John Wesley Shipp and I'm like, hey, could you talk to me as the Flash? He can't do that. Why? Because he's not the writer. When it comes back to let's take this full circle back to David Howard Thornton.
Which
I got to meet, I got to meet him a couple months ago for Ben and M, and he did one of the coolest things for me, for them. I'm standing in line. I'm talking to the attendant. David Howard Thornton is like, 2 feet from me. He's talking to someone else right now. He is signing stuff for them, and I'm talking to his handler, his attendant. I said, "Hey, I'm getting this autograph for my friends. Is it okay if I call them so that they could, kind of more or less, meet him over the phone?" And David Howard Thornton, in the middle of signing these autographs for this other guy, turns and he says, "Oh, yeah, go for it. I would love to talk to them. I would love to meet them. Please do." He didn't have to do that, First, he didn't have to stop talking to the guy he was talking to, having the conversation he was having to answer my question. He could have let his attendant do that. Secondly, he didn't have to take my phone from me to talk to my brother and his fiance. Nor did he have to sign the cool shit that he did on their autograph for them. But he did. He took that time. He's a really genuine person. For someone to play such a psychopathic, fucking relentless, no emotion killer.
Yeah, he looks
He's
like
one
a
of the most
theater teacher.
emotional people. Yeah, he's one of the most emotional people you'll ever meet in your life.
He
And
looks
he has
like a high school theater teacher with autism. and,
yeah.
and yeah, it doesn't make any sense. He's so cool and so down to earth.
He's so the opposite of Art the Clown. And his emotions.
But
he does everything with emotion.
I would argue also not, though, because you can also kind of see a little bit of David in him. Because there is just this little bit of charismatic,
much like Freddy doesn't exist without Robert Englund.
Right. Yeah.
Art would not exist without David,
who just got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He did just get his star on the Hollywood
Walk of Fame, which is fucking awesome. I'm surprised we didn't add that in. I completely completely
forgot about that, but yeah, that happened last night.
Yeah,
that happened on Halloween night.
Congratulations to Robert Englund. Oh my fucking god, dude, this has been a long time coming. And for those of you that say, "Oh well, they buy it themselves," some of them don't. Some of them have people that buy it for them first and foremost. And even still, it's still a fucking honor because not everybody has someone that will buy their fucking star for them. Okay, it's still a fucking honor, and it's cool as shit. Plus, I think he's the only slasher actor on the Walk of Fame.
I think he might be, yeah.
He's either the only one or
there's
one.
There's no way that Nick Castle. Lillard might be.
Matthew. Oh well, yeah, Matthew Lillard. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Matthew Lillard does have his. So he's one of two, but even so, or one of a few at least. We're just gonna throw it out there. He's one of a few.
I think Matthew Lillard is probably the only other one. To be real.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Also, fun fact, going back to David Howard Thornton, then.
Yeah.
Fun fact about David Howard Thornton. I sent you a TikTok about this a while back ago. But when he was crafting his character for Art the Clown, he took from a roommate of his. I'm pretty sure he was rooming with him at the time, who happened to be Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town. So Art the Clown mirrors Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town.
A lot of his mannerisms. I knew there was something off about Robbie Rotten. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But no, the clown put a saw through it. I mean, oh wait, that's the lady that's suing them. That's right.
But yeah, no, Robbie Rotten. Yeah, that's where some of his inspiration comes from. A childhood character.
That's greatness.
Yeah.
Also, on David Howard Thornton, real quick. I know we didn't add this, but James Gunn, if you don't cast him as the Joker, I'll be a little bit disappointed. Not gonna lie.
No, for real. Real talk.
This man wants to play the Joker as much as I want to play the Flash.
So
Give it
bad.
to him.
He's so
Give it to
bad.
him.
He was
Let
wearing
him
the
have it.
shirt.
He was wearing the shirt when I met him. He was wearing a
I
plaid
know.
Joker shirt when I met him, and I'm in my Flash hockey jersey when I'm meeting him, and he goes, "Dude, that's so cool! Oh my god!" He was geeking out about my Flash hockey jersey that I had made, and we're just again such a great dude. I love David Howard Thornton, but let's get on to our next one. The Scream 7 trailer. Have we talked about that one or not yet? I was
No,
gone for a little
not
bit.
yet.
No, okay.
Not yet. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. No.
Okay, so what do you know about Scream 7?
I know that it's been hinted so fucking much that Stu is coming back.
Stu is back.
Yes.
Stu is back. Well, at least Matthew Lillard is back, and the way that they are amping it up, it has to be Stu. There's no way that it's not.
Right.
Granted, do we know all the drama post Scream 6?
Yeah.
Okay. So Melissa Barea, is that her name? Person that plays Sam Carpenter. Sam Carpenter goes on Twitter and speaks out. I'm pretty sure against, I think it was pro-Palestine or Free Palestine. I think she posts about Free Palestine, and she gets fired. She gets fired for taking a political stance.
Fucking horse shit.
I'm
Sorry.
pretty sure Jenna Ortega steps down. So they lose their two.
Mm-hmm.
They lose the sisters.
Right.
The director after that was like, "Okay, well, I don't have a movie. Deuces."
Yeah.
So somebody else picks
That's
it up.
one done. Right.
Somebody else picks it up, and then they get Sidney Prescott back, and then they get Matthew back, and then they get Scott Foley, who plays Roman in Scream 3, back.
Okay.
They get Kirby is not casted. I wish she was, but she's not casted yet. We do see Mindy. We see Chad back. We see.
So we're getting Scream 7's a revenge tour.
Pretty sure, yeah. So okay.
Fuck yeah.
The start of Scream 7's trailer is in what looks like to be Stu Macher's house. It is Stu Macher's house. It looks like it has been turned into an Airbnb.
Which
So
it
they are
actually
renting
has.
out.
Hold on, full
Yeah.
stop. Which it actually fucking has in real life. You can
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah, actually has.
Oh, so this just got meta. Let's go. All right, continue on.
Yeah. So they and they've like kind of like have it like mapped, like they've got like a taped out cutout from where like somebody died in the front foyer, like on the shit like that. They get chased around and there's a big chase scene in the opening scene that has Tatum, right? Involves Tatum.
For sure.
And Tatum is Sydney's daughter. So she names her daughter after Tatum.
For those of you that don't remember, Tatum's the garage door girl.
Yes, Tatum's the hot best friend from the first one. So we get a little spice of Tatum back. Unfortunately, Joel McHale, I fucking hate him, plays Sidney Prescott's husband. Can't wait to watch him die. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
No, dude, I already told
I know.
my roommate and Em last night. I said, we are going to see it in theater, and 2, if he dies, I'm standing up and I'm cheering. I don't know what I think I hate him more than I hate Matt Damon. I think I hate him more than I hate Nick Cage.
God damn.
Because Nick Cage is growing on me in horror. I actually, like I said, I like him in horror movies. I can't stand him in anything else, but I like him in horror movies. Do you agree? Yeah. M is nodding.
And I don't like
That-
Nicolas Cage.
And she also hates Nicolas
It's
Cage.
his face.
There's
That's
something about
saying
his face.
something, like,
But when you put him in a horror movie and a bunch of makeup, I don't care about his face.
yeah.
Something
How do
about
you
his
put
face gives me autism. Anyway, so Joel McHale plays her husband. Whatever, that's a travesty, but we'll move on from that. Follows them in an Airbnb. There's a huge chase scene in the beginning of it. We get Mindy and Chad back. We get a bunch of some other new characters. McKenna Grace is in this one. Who else is in this one? Anna Camp from Pitch Perfect is in this one. I don't know. It looks, and at the very end of the trailer, somebody says, "What does he say?" Oh, or he says, "Oh, I think he says like, oh, this is gonna be fun," and it sounds just like Matthew Lillard. It sounds like Stu. So I'm guessing we're getting a revenge arc, a mocker revenge arc.
This is going to be fun. I mean, to quote Stu here,
If
this is
we
going to be
don't
fun.
get a mocker revenge arc, I am gonna be so pissed because I think that people are speculating that Anna Camp is Stu's sister,
Mhm.
and M thinks that McKenna Grace is potentially another Ghostface, and I could see all three of them being related somehow. I don't know. But then there's the addition of Roman coming back. There, we've also talked about how there's a potential of a new age Ghostface round breaking out our OGs like Roman and Stu from like a loony bin situation. There's that. We've talked about that. I don't know. I'm excited. That one comes out in February, right? February 26th. So that one should be really cool. I don't know. The Tatum, her name and her daughter Tatum was a really cool add-in that I liked, though, for sure. What's next? Bops and Flops. Bops and Flops from October 2024 to October 2025. We do plan on doing a full, like, best of, worst of horror 2025. But in honor of spooky season, we figure we'll do an October 2024 and October 2025 bops and flops. Because there are obviously going to be some good horror movies that come out. I mean, like we said earlier, FNAF doesn't come out until December. So there's obviously that one. We've got a few months left of the year that there are bound to be plenty of horror movies that are coming out. So let's get into our bops and flops list. Let me pull that up real quick.
Can you hear me my headphones?
First up, Nosferatu 2024, Robert Eggers. Yeah, we're gonna do a mid category because there are some that don't deserve a complete flop, but we don't really agree with the complete rave over. So we definitely say Nosferatu is a mid. Definitely a good one. I was expecting Bill Skarsgård's Nosferatu to be scarier. It felt like people just wanted to fuck him, and that felt weird. Moving on. Heretic.
Well, see, wanting to fuck a vampire is more of a Dracula thing or a Twilight thing.
Right.
And
What I cued in on is wanting to fuck a vampire. That is all I heard.
and have you seen Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu?
no, I haven't.
Look that up real quick and tell me why
Okay.
people want to fuck it.
Okay, let me do
Tell
this.
me why. Because it's even worse than the like general like Nosferatu.
Are you
Look that up.
muted?
A lot of people want to fuck
No,
it.
I'm not muted.
Okay. Lexi, you have a question for you? Real quick.
It looks like
Images.
a Demogorgon with hair.
And why do people want to fuck a naked romance? Naked
Right.
mole?
A naked wombat. I don't know. What either will work. Anyway, yeah, point still stands. I don't get it. Mid. It wasn't awful. It wasn't great. People raved about it. I was expecting more. I think people raved about it mostly because of Lilia Rose Depp and it's Johnny Depp's daughter. I don't, teach their own. It was mid. Heretic. This one was pretty good. We both say bop on this one. It's got young Nat from Yellow Jackets in it. It's got Hugh Grant in it. It's a pretty good movie. It follows two young missionaries that go rock. They just knock on the wrong door. It's
Right.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We put it on a bop. A lot of people disagree with that one, but we've sat on a lot of the opposite fence on a lot of the viewing board this year. But Heretic, bop, Smile 2. I would say bop. Yeah, Smile 2 is a bop for sure. Smile 1 is already kind of freaky. Smile 2 features Ray Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's son. So you get that kind of iconic, creepy Jack Nicholson shining smile. And that, bop.
Also, Ray Nicholson is an acceptable choice for Joker in the DCU.
Yep. Also,
Ray Nicholson or David Howard Thornton, the only two acceptable answers for Joker in the DCU. That's the last I'll say on that. Sorry. Continue on.
No, you're good. You're good. On that note, Terrifier 3, bop.
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas movie. Moving on. Presents. Bop.
Mitten? Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, no, bop. Presents was great. Presents has Chris Sullivan in it, who plays Taserface in Guardians of the Galaxy. He plays Toby in This Is Us, and would like me to point that out. It was for sure a bop. I would say it follows a family in their house. It follows it's basically a ghost story from the ghost's point of view. It's pretty good. Different take on a ghost story. Different take on a kind of like a found footage film. So bop on that one. Don't Move. I say flop.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. It had Finn Wittrock in it from like American Horror Story. It was on the higher side of flop, so like it was kind of boring. I would maybe give it another watch, but I would still put it in the flop category.
Hold on, real quick. I've got to ask a question for you guys because honestly, I enjoy both of these movies, but I would love to hear what you guys have to say about them. I know they're not 2024 or 2025; they're from a few years ago. But A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2, because I enjoy the fuck out of those, and that's also an original idea. Plus, the one of the actress of the little girl is actually deaf.
Yeah.
In that.
So I love those movies. I personally, I like all of them. She doesn't necessarily like part 1 as much. I do.
No, I need to rewatch.
Because there's 3 of them.
Oh, there's 3 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is, Jesus fucking Christ, what is his name?
John Krasinski.
Yeah, John Krasinski. Thank you, John Krasinski. Emily Blunt. The second one is Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy. The third
so
one.
John didn't come back.
He's dead.
Spoiler alert.
That's right. He died. He died. That's right.
Spoiler alert. No, he doesn't come back for the second one. He's dead. Yeah. So
I forgot. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah.
You're good. But yeah, spoiler alert for the podcast. John Krasinski does not come back for the second one. You can fill in the blank there. Yeah, so it's Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy in the second one. The third one is technically the first one because it's A Quiet Place Day 1, so it's the prequel. It's the day it all started.
Right.
It's that one's got Lupita Nyong in it and Joseph Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm in the new Fantastic Four movie, Eddie Munson in Stranger Things. I love that one. They have a cat that looks like Mac in that one, and watching them try to run with this cat was my entire life, basically. It would be me. So that one's for me. That one was the most relatable. and the fact that Lupita's character, all she wants is pizza. That's all that's all. Like, so it's pretty much a quest for pizza.
A regular Tallahassee, yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that movie. That one's probably my favorite one.
Honestly, I love movies that have sidebar real quick. I love movies that have a character like that where their only thing in life in this apocalyptic world is one simple sweet treat, whether it be a pizza or a Twinkie. They are my favorite characters, especially Tallahassee when it comes to fucking Zombieland and Zombieland 2.
Yeah, no, I also believe that Lupita's character is sick. From what I remember, I think she's sick. So she's just like, fuck this. Like, I'm out. Like, I think the cat might have been hers. I'm not even sure. I think Joseph Quinn just takes the cat because she's a goner and she's like, just take the cat. I don't know, but he protects the cat with his fucking life, bro. Dives into the water with this cat. I feel that. Me AF. Me and Mackie AF.
Mac looking at you like we're diving in the water. Bitch, I'll kill you.
Mac said, "What?" that's I'm out, bro.
I'm outie 3000 on me.
Literally. But yeah, no, I would say all of those are Bob's, honestly.
I'm good with Fiona.
Yeah, she's dead with Fiona, for sure.
Jalapeno?
Yeah, you're dead. Mr. Crockett. And yeah, have you seen Mr. Crockett, the short film?
No.
Okay. So there was a short film that came out a few years back that was called Mr. Crockett, and people loved it. And it was really good. The short film was really good. So they came out with a full film. And I was so excited for it. I was
And then it
like, oh,
sucked.
fuck yeah, it's just gonna slap, and it sucked, dude. It was so bad. Flop for sure.
Fixed it, but
Oh.
we're getting that on, or we're balding it on pants. But it's fine. Our
Okay,
cats are there.
can we? Sorry, there's a sidebar. Em is trying to fix our Sims, and
He knows this has been a process.
we have no hair and no pants. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Mr. Crockett is absolutely a flop. It sucked. I was expecting so much more. I thought it was going to slap so hard. It didn't. I thought it was going to give a Candyman vibe. It didn't. Anyway, Getaway. This was a good one. It was a more of a horror comedy. It's got Nick Frost in it. So the guy that did Paul, he's Fighting with My Family. He's also in the new Hagrid. He's casted as the new Hagrid. Pretty good.
I love Nick Frost. I absolutely love Nick Frost. Anything that him and Simon Pegg do together,
Yeah.
perfection.
Yeah. This is actually not with Simon Pegg.
Right.
It follows basically.
He's got good shit that he does on his own. He's got good shit that he does on his own, just like Simon Pegg does. But when those two get together,
real talk, have you seen Fighting with My Family?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I haven't really sat down and watch it.
That one is really good. I mean, if you know how big of a fan I am of Florence Pugh, so I've pretty much watched everything that she's ever been in. So Fighting with My Family is like one of her earliest roles. She plays Saraya, the WWE wrestling star, and that one is so good. But anyway, Getaway follows a family. They go on this vacation. It's basically where they discover an island where it's basically inhabited by a killer. Everything kind of goes awry. It's I don't know, bop or flop on that one. Yeah, I would say probably a bop on that one. It's got a good twist to it. It's pretty good. It's really funny. Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Carved, the pumpkin one.
That one was a bop.
Yeah. Carved was a bop. It's a really good one to watch around. I don't think so. Okay. No, we were watching Creepshow.
Yes, that's right.
So Carved is just a really good Halloween pumpkin horror story. It's pretty good. A lot of people hate it. I don't know. It's a campy one. I say it's a bop. I say for Halloween time, it's a bop.
Real quick, I just remembered something. We were watching a couple nights ago. Me and Hannah decided we're gonna watch a fucking movie. And I want to watch Trick or Treat. The one with Sam. Right? Fucking love that movie. It's a great movie. Yeah, absolutely. We thought, Levy's asleep next to us. We thought Artie was asleep because we she'd stop moving. Her bed. This is her bed, right? We can hear her when she's moving, when she's awake. She'd stop making noise. She'd stop moving. So we thought she was asleep. So I turned it on. Because while it's not scary to us, it would be scary for someone her age.
Right.
Well,
am I about to be proud right now?
Oh, dude, this is gonna be. You're about to laugh your ass off like we did.
Okay.
So it's about the time where the principal, kills the fat kid and buries him in the yard and finishes. And we hear whimpering from up there, so we paused and we were like, "Artie, are you awake?" She goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Artie, are you okay?" She goes, "Yeah, but no." I'm scared. I'm scary. Fucking like I was trying to take it so seriously, but but no, it had me fucking. I
Yeah,
was
but
trying my
no.
best not to laugh my ass off, but oh my god,
Man, I
it
thought you
was.
were about to tell me that she was like real into it, and I was like, I'm so proud of her.
She did
But
say she liked Sam. She liked the character Sam when she first saw him, but
now
then
she
when it got to
knows
the scary
where the
part.
lollipop comes from.
Yeah, yeah.
Now she doesn't have to call it my what did she used to call my Sam tattoo? Cookie Monster?
Yeah, yeah, I think it was Cookie
Cookie
Monster.
Monster.
Cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, to
Yeah.
be fair, I mean,
Did you
yeah.
get to finish it though? Trick or treat?
No, we didn't finish it because she stayed up for a little bit after that. Like she stayed up for a couple hours because she started, getting real scared. So we put on
That's fair. That's fair.
like a for her for a little bit to kind of calm her back down and get her to sleep. And by the time she passed out, I was ready to go to sleep because this was during the week. I go to bed about this time during the week
Right.
because I got to get up early. So I was like, all right, I'll finish this another day, and I just never got back around to it. But it's still on my continue watching, so I'll watch it at some point because I fucking love that movie.
Right. All right,
But
Sinners.
yeah, back to the list.
Sinners, we can all I mean, I know at least you can. Yeah.
Motherfucker. I enjoyed the fuck out of that movie.
Bop AF. Weapons. Mid.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's a bop. It's mid. I don't know. Weapons is mid. I'm gonna give it a rewatch, but because I think that maybe I missed some things and maybe we missed some things, but mid. For right now, mid. Maybe by the time we do our end of year, maybe it'll be different. So we'll see.
Right.
Companion. Bop. Sophie Thatcher took off this year in horror. She plays again young Nat in Yellow Jackets. She not this year and maybe not in 2024. I can't remember what year Boogeyman came out.
20-ish.
Yeah, I feel like it was. Feel like it's been.
Boogeyman, is that the one that had
2, 3.
That had young Leia in it.
3. 2023.
Right, but I was thinking about God damn it, Tony Todd. Didn't it have Tony Todd in there too? Or is that a different one? Because I know Tony Todd is Candyman. I know that, but I thought he did another horror film as well.
No, Bloodlines.
Okay.
Bloodlines. I think. I mean, I know he's in Bloodlines. I don't think that he's in Boogeyman. But yeah, Boogeyman is like 2023. So she kind of starts, and obviously Yellow Jackets is a pretty horror adjacent TV show. But she kind of starts making her way into the horror film industry with Boogeyman, which stars her and young Leia from Kenobi as her younger sister. And then we get Heretic, we get Companion, we get,
Which Vivian Lyra Blair, by the way, that's young Leia. Vivian Lyra Blair. Wonderful actress. I can't wait to see how her career takes off. She is so sweet when you get to meet her. I wanted to meet her for the Kenobi series. And Artie was so excited because we're finally meeting someone that's her age. but yeah, she's such a sweetheart. She really is. But yeah.
Yeah, no, she killed the Boogeyman role, honestly. Killed it. But you got Sophie Thatcher and Boogeyman and Companion and Heretic and what was the other one that I listed? But you got her in all those things, and that's just in the span of 3 years, basically. She's really taken a mantle in this industry, and she's kind of I'm waiting on her to become a final girl. I'm waiting on her to make that area. But it needs to be something original because she's so unique that it needs to be something original. Final Destination Bloodline. Speaking of Tony Todd, Tony Todd's last role before his death.
Unfortunate death.
Which he literally came back for because he literally plays death basically in Final Destination Final Destination.
I love Tony Todd. I unfortunately missed the opportunity to meet him because of his cancer. He canceled on GeekCon a couple years ago when I was going to meet him and have him sign my Venom mask. God bless Tony Todd. The Candyman, Venom, Death. I mean, you name it, the dude crushed it. He played a Klingon in Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine. Wonderful actor. Wonderful actor all the way around, and an absolute horror icon. Tony Todd is absolutely missed. I miss him so much. I really do.
Me too. And watching it was kind of hard because he looks it. You can tell that he's about to go, and like it really does feel like a goodbye. Like it was. It was goodbye.
He knew. Much like Ozzy's final show. We all knew he ended with Mom, I'm Coming Home for a reason.
Okay, so I'll just tell you a little bit about his role in this film. So, Final Destination Bloodlines connects basically everything. So it follows a family where it started from the grandmother. She starts with the visions, then it flashes forward, and then the granddaughter starts getting visions, and then it basically takes out the entire fucking family. Well, Tony Todd's character was friends with the grandmother because he was a part of her original vision. So the granddaughter goes to find Tony Todd, and basically the grandmother meets her demise, obviously, in Final Destination Bloodlines because she's the start of it. Typically in Final Destination movies, if you don't know, it goes in order of things. So in this case, it goes by the order of which they were born. In other movies' cases, it goes by in the order of which they died in the vision, typically. So they go to visit Tony Todd's character, and since Tony Todd has been kind of holding on because the grandmother has been alive. So once she meets her demise, he basically says, I've done my due diligence. This is my last. And then he says, basically figure it out, and excuses, and he leaves. And that's it. And that's his goodbye. It's a great movie. It was a great take on a classic franchise that freaks people out to this day. It's so good. It was just a cool, different take. A flop. Or not flop. Bop for sure.
Bop, yeah.
Bop for sure. Bring Her Back. Flop. People raved about it. I said it was a flop. I could not get into it. Everybody loved it. I couldn't get into it. Maybe I'll have to give that one another. We've talked about rewatching that one, so we might give that one a rewatch, and it might be different by the next time we do this. But flop for now. The Conjuring: Last Rites. Mid. Mid. I was honestly almost leaning flop.
I don't want to give it flop, but I will give it mid.
I don't want to give it a flop because it's The Conjuring, but I would put it in the mid category for sure. Together, Mac. Sorry, the cats were fighting. Together. Bop. That one follows Dave Franco and Allison Brie. I talked about that one a couple weeks ago. They basically come together into one character eventually. It's a different take. Body horror. Pretty good. Bop. The Monkey. Bop. Is a different take. That one's Osgood Perkins by Anthony Perkins' son. I talked about that last week. The Long Walk. Bop. That one was really good. That one's another Stephen King take. Death of a Unicorn. Bop. I was expecting to hate it. Ray talked about that I think the first week, and I was so on the fence about watching it. And then they talked about it, and I was like, fine, I'll watch it. And I did. And they were right. It wasn't bad. Bop. I'll give it the bop.
It was just because it was everywhere.
It was just because it was so everywhere in my face that I didn't want to watch it.
Right, which is why, same reason K-pop Demon Hunters took me like a couple months to watch.
Yeah, I get that. Same reason I still haven't watched Has Been Hotel. Your wife asked me about that today, and I immediately cringed. No offense, Hannah.
Yeah. No. I watched it one time, and I was like, I don't get the hype on it. Like, don't get me wrong. Is it good? Sure. John, even, I think, John, you like Has Been, don't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Right. But see, me, when I was watching it, because it was so in my face, and then, Hannah had me sit down and watch it. Nothing against my wife. I'm not trying to say that, she ruined it. It's so in my goddamn face. Let it clear the fuck out. Let it, again, I watched Supernatural when I started watching Supernatural when they reached season 10 because it finally calmed down. And I was like, okay, I can enjoy this. Sure, do I have a bunch of spoilers that, I know what happens? Absolutely. But at the same time, y'all have stopped talking about it. Let me finally sit down and watch it and give my own goddamn opinion now. That's why, I don't like when things first came out. Stranger Things, did not watch that when that first came out just because it was every fucking where. And it's like, I want my own opinion, damn it. Okay. I want to, get on TikTok and, oh, this is really good. This is really great. Scroll to the next video. Hey, this is really good. This is really great. Great. Scroll to the next video. Oh my God, this is so amazing. Shut the fuck up. Okay, let me watch it, and I'll give you my own opinion. But y'all need to calm down first. I'm that guy.
No, I get it. I get it fully, because if somebody is in my face about something, I'm gonna hate it. So give me a chance to come to it on my own so that I can like it.
Right.
And then we can hyperfixate on it together.
Send me TikToks to get interested too.
Send me TikToks to maybe get interested, but don't be like, sit down and watch this. Okay. Until dawn.
Trying to do with Trek with you. I've been planting that seed with Star Trek, send you Trek TikTok here and there, but I'm not, not gonna overwhelm you.
Right. Slowly but surely. Surely. I still think the movies are gonna be my best bet.
You'll watch it eventually. I have faith that you'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be old enough.
Yeah.
Even if it is, I introduce you like my dad introduced me. I'm sitting there watching it on the TV, and you come over and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. This is Star Trek. Sit down.
You're gonna say this is Star Trek, and I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna let you sit down. I'm gonna let you enjoy yourself for a minute. You're gonna be like, what is this? And then I'll go, this is Star Trek. And then you'll be too into it to be like, fuck, I need to walk out.
M said, "I'll know by the ears."
I'll make sure I watch one of the ones that Spock isn't in all that much.
But he's cool. He's like the only cool one, man. No, I'll give you that. I like Spock.
Yeah.
I like Spock. There you go. I like Spock. There's your.
There we go.
Your
I'll take that. I'll take that for now. I'll take that for now.
For now.
Okay.
Get
For
the
John's like, okay, now this is a challenge for sure.
Speaking of, for those of you that do love Star Trek, January 17th, we will be doing a Star Trek dedicated episode, or of the week of January 17th, because January 17th, we can do it then because that's 1701, or we can do it on First Contact, which you can wait till September. You'll have to wait till September.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be
First
sick.
Contact Day is in April.
Oh, it's in April. Okay, well, you either get January or April. Make up your mind, but you can't be sick.
Not our birthday.
Don't do us like you have a whole podcast, Spooky.
Yeah, not our birthday. Not our birthday.
Okay,
January.
so January. You got a couple weeks.
Yeah, January. It's Semitism more than I am.
No, I was exiting out of everything.
Oh, okay. She's still doing some stuff. All right.
Okay.
Until Dawn, flop, the biggest flop.
Yeah.
Where
I was waiting for that one to come up. I was waiting for it because I knew your feelings on it.
I ran away.
Yeah.
And not from fear of the movie, from fear of how bad it sucked. Like, it was so bad. And I, like, dude, Maya Mitchell was a huge crush for me growing up. Huge crush for both me and M growing up. So, yeah, unicorn. Anyway. Yeah, that's new. Anyway, Maya Mitchell was a huge crush for both of us growing up. So when I found out she was casted, I was like, oh, hell yeah. And then we watched it and we ran away. Not even the hotness of Maya Mitchell could save that movie.
We said, oh, hell no.
We said, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Yeah, no. Anyway, okay. Moving on, because I don't even want to give it that much time.
Yeah.
Because they don't even name them after the actual characters. There's so much wrong. So much wrong with that movie.
Yeah.
I Know What You Did last summer. The new one.
Honestly, I liked it.
I liked it. A lot of people hated it because they're Freddie Prinze Jr. Stands, and they don't like where it went. I'm gonna be real. That's the people that hated it. I thought it was a bop. Fear Street, Prom Queen, flop. In comparison to the other 3 Fear Street movies, this one sucked. It was bad. Black Phone 2. Bop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Phone 2 was definitely a bop. Hard Eyes. Flop.
Yeah.
Hard Eyes was... I expected it to be so much better. It's basically a serial killer on Valentine's Day. It has... It does have a great scene in it, though.
There is one.
There is one redeemable scene. And basically...
I think we watched till that scene because I knew about that scene.
Yeah, we watched until that scene, and then we basically turned it.
Because it was awful.
Because it was bad. So basically, it follows these couples that go on dates on Valentine's Day. He follows this couple back, and he goes to attack.
It's I Know What You Did Last Summer, the girl. I'm pretty sure. Outer Banks.
No, it's not. It's
not.
Olivia Holt.
Oh, okay.
Olivia Holt is one of the stars in it, and Chad from Scream is also in it. They're the couple that you follow home, or he follows home. Then he goes to attack them, or she goes to like get something out of the closet or something, and he like goes to attack her, and she fucking throws a dildo at him. And we both lost it. Like we both were like, pause. And I said, was that? And then we were like, rewind, play. And it was so good. It was so good. That was probably the best weapon ever used on a serial killer.
Yeah.
Ever. But still a flop. That was the best part of the movie. For sure. Opus. Flop. I expected more. It had John Malkovich in it. Sydney from The Bear in it. I don't know. It's pretty good, but maybe more mid. Maybe more mid.
Yeah.
I just expected more, I guess. Him, the horror movie that we talked about last week with the football horror movie.
Honestly, I'd say if it was a bop, I liked it.
I liked it. I would say bop. A lot of people disagree with us. I think it's just because they can't take Marlon Wayans seriously. I'm gonna be real.
For 97% of the role.
Yeah, no, I could take him seriously for about, I would say 90%. 90% of the role. Wolfman, bop.
Yeah.
I would say that it added to the original, and I don't like the makeup they chose for him, but aside from that, I would say it was still a bop. Good Boy, bop.
Yes.
And incredible movie. I will rave about this till the day I die. Good Boy's a great movie.
Watch it with your
Give me that dog. Watch it with your dog.
That's the horror movie from the dog's perspective, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one that follows the dog, the Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever. That makes me want a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever every day. Yeah, no, love it. Well, I'll turn that on anytime, probably. So good. Some of the CGI was kind of questionable, but it has such a good message to it too that it's great. Clown in a Cornfield. Bop. Pretty good. It's also a book. If you have read the book, it is a movie now. Check the movie out. Dangerous Animals. Bop. Bop for sure. That's the serial killer with the sharks. It's so good. So good. Jai Courtney is the serial killer in that one. It's so cool. Woman in the Yard.
I'll be right back.
That one was a bop.
Yeah, bop to, I would say mid to bop. Kind of slow.
Yeah.
Kind of slow, so
But
mid to bop.
if you like slow taunty.
Yeah. Slow burn taunty, kind of more kind of like a lights out feel.
Yeah.
Very lights out, but make it in the daytime on a farm. I don't know. What's this one? I'm gonna load. Sorry, my stuff's not loading now. Bop. Yeah. Locked follows Anthony Hopkins and Bill Skarsgård. I mean, those two together, I mean, you can't really not get a bop out of that. So, Borderline, also another Ray Nicholson film, and also has a Samara Weaving film, which we love. Samara Weaving is great. Bop for sure. It's about a guy that has borderline personality disorder. Goes into a stalker, obsessive mentality. Pretty good. Strangers Chapter 2. Flop. Burn it. Never show it again. Stop threatening us with a third one.
Don't release it.
Don't ever release it ever again. Parenting. Is Pookie back yet?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm here.
The Parenting.
Mm-hmm.
You know this one.
Which one is this one?
The
The gay couple that goes the horror com.
they rent the Airbnb.
They rent the Airbnb. He's gonna propose. It's haunted. The dad gets haunted.
That's a bop. Yeah.
Bop.
Yeah. I love
So
that one.
good. Yeah, so funny. It's got Brandon Flynn in it from 13 Reasons Why. It's got Nurse Jackie in it. It's got Phoebe from Friends in it. Hank from Breaking Bad. It's got a pretty star-studded cast.
It's got a stacked cast. It's a really good movie all the way around.
So good. It's got I think even the mean girl from is it Dazed?
I'm really sure.
I think it's Dazed and Confused. She's the mean from Dazed and Confused is the witch.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
A Home with Pete Davidson's horror movie that his friend put out, and simply because Pete Davidson had to have a needle that close to his eye, I'll put this in mid. But that is literally the only reason. Otherwise, it's a flop.
Yeah.
Because the poster for this movie
Say flop. I would say mid.
is Pete Davidson's eyeball.
Oh yeah.
It's literally like this.
He was on. I think it was one of the Jimmys. It was either Fallon or Kimmel.
Yeah.
He was on.
Yeah.
And they were asking like, "Is that a fake guy?" And he goes, "Well, you do this kind of stuff all the time. It's prosthetic." And so I'm like, "Yeah, And come to find out, no, it's my fucking eye. I'm like, oh dear God. The way I would have flipped shit in his position.
No, for real. When we watched this movie, I was like, I literally think our category was like, don't get it twisted. That's Pete Davidson's eye. Or something like that. Yeah, no, maybe not. Yeah, no, maybe not a flop, but yeah, mid. But I would say on the floppy side, it's definitely low budge, not great, not it's true mid, but it being his actual eye definitely makes it a little bit of a higher mid. Screamboat. David Howard Thornton's other movie, Screamboat, where it follows him as Screamboat Willie, a Steamboat Willie knockoff.
That's not Mousetrap, right?
No, that is not Mousetrap. That is the other one.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna give that one a flop.
I'm going flop. I love David Howard Thornton. This was not it for me. I did not like this one. It was very boring. I expected so much more. I don't know. Wasn't great. The Surrender. The one with Eric Bana and Sadie Sink. Kind of boring. I would go flop. It was very.
I don't even remember.
We don't really remember much of it. We did watch it, so flop. Man in the Basement, a William Dafoe horror movie this year. Yeah, mid. I would say I remember it. All I can remember is there's a dude in the basement, and that's in the title.
And it was William Dafoe.
And it's William Dafoe.
That's the dude.
That's the dude in the basement. That's it. It's again another true mid movie. House on Eden is our last one. Flop.
Oh, you were going flop? I was honestly giving Selena the mid.
Okay, that's valid. I'll give Selena Myers the mid. But if you're asking me on Chris Collins, flop. And I used to be a Chris. I used to go to bat for Chris
Yeah.
Collins.
Yeah.
But as I don't know, after I watched that movie, I'm starting to question who she is as a person, and that I don't like being made to question who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not like, because I've seen it now. I've seen it in the movie, and I've now seen it in her content on her page as well. So it's like, because she gets very like, because I watched a recent video about the Ed Gein show, which I get having your qualms, but the way she was about it, how nasty she got in some cases about it, were, I don't know, just but not, and kind of just out of pocket, kind of off-putting. Yeah. I don't know. Her content's just gotten a little off-putting. And that's sit with her. But Selena, I love her. I love her. She can't do no wrong for me.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. She, but it was just a movie that did not know what it wanted to be. It was watching this, you were expecting a paranormal investigation movie, because that's what they're known for doing. So you were expecting a haunted house, and that's kind of what you were expecting through the entire thing. Then you get this weird culty thing at the end, and then you're like, is this a cult movie or is this a haunting movie? And it's just this weird, what the fuck is this? And I still don't know. And again, this weird, it felt like long build up, it's a notorious found footage trope for a really ridiculously long build up. Blair Witch did it. All found Paranormal Activity does it. All found footage movies pretty much do it. So it's expected in this. But this weird hide and seek thing that they do is for like a whole 30 minutes of you just playing hide and seek with a shaky ass cam, bro. It's not entertaining. So I stay at mid. I'll give it a mid for Selena. But that's so far that's all we got for bops and flops until the end of the year, though. So
all right. I'm gonna be honest. I know we have a game planned. I don't have it in me at this point. I am like deadbeat tired. Long week at work, and then today, just for the podcast people. I mean, you guys know this. My parents came to town, so we spent the whole day with my parents, which was a lot of fun. My kids got to see the grandparents that they miss. So I am goddamn done. So
fair.
So we're gonna call it here, though. Happy Halloween again, guys. I know it's the day after, but like, fuck it, you're not listening to this on Halloween anyways, so fuck you.
Either way,
happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy spooky season. Yeah. Happy spooky season. Stay spooky out there. Like, just because October's over doesn't mean we don't get to be spooky. It's still fall, bitches. Grab your ghost face mask, grab your girlfriend, and go make some fucking haunted hot content in the woods. All right. Have your fun. Ben, I see that.
Gotta go.
All right. We love you guys here at Nerdstown. There's always a place for you here. Come find us next week. We're gonna have our normal news content. So give us some juicy shit this week, TikTok. Give me some juicy shit to talk about. I'm here for it. So we'll catch you guys next Saturday. This is your mayor, and we're signing off.